Yeah, I got a couple.
Actually, have him take some episode 3. I have the high ground.
Yep.
I have the high ground.
Episode 3, yeah. Just gonna. It's dusty. You guys trying to watch it full screen? Digitally for superior sound, TXX master picture quality.
Oh, I know what it was. Scarface.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've had that copy forever. It was like the 20th anniversary or whatever it is, something like that. And for whatever reason, I bought full screen. And I'm sure that I bought it back when I just had a DVD player and a regular, like, 4:3, TV. So, like, I tried to watch it. I just couldn't. I was like, oh, shit, this looks awful. This is all nasty. I was like, right. It doesn't look right at all. I mean, everything's off.
I find it funny that in this CC, like the booklet that comes with it, it says the saga is complete, and meanwhile Disney is like, excuse me, I got
no. This is like hold on for it.
Yeah, right.
It was funny. They had your
celebration.
The 30th anniversary. Just came on. Yeah. Hey everybody.
Have fun. Bye. George Lucas is counting his money as he's talking to them.
George Lucas hasn't cared. George Lucas has not cared about Star Wars.
No, he hasn't given a shit.
He hasn't cared about it in the longest time. It's weird that fans are associating him. By the way, his wife wrote most of that shit anyway. We kind of know that now. Like, she was the creative, mind behind a lot of the original movies anyway. So.
The second George Lucas does anything, the second he does anything other than direct, it's like, oh, this is.
Now you know what? Now I'm not saying this way, but back in the day, growing up, he was celebrating like you would not believe.
Yeah, he should be celebrated. He accomplished a lot.
Yeah, he was the hallmark. So I mean, I'm not gonna. And he's talked about how Hollywood got the celebration when he did Red Films, and he talked about how. Like, and he's trying to put minorities in certain films and put them at the forefront, and how he was getting a lot of pushback. He was a little discouraged about that. So yeah, here we go. Just have his picture up there.
You're the superstar above me when the sun goes down. The one and only who could light this town. And when you're feeling like you're burning out, I will remind you.
Attention, you are now tuned in to Pass the Controller. Game on. Round table, show me your moves. These moves get good and get in the groove. Gears of war like Sonic hopping the tuck. Roll up the smoke, you'll get body popping nuts. Come for the counter, stay for the content. Fan from the elite to the divine. Conventions are streamed, the topics to see. So tune in, peace and hair grease.
Yeah.
Peace and hair grease.
Pass that.
I'm not.
Pass the controller. Pass the controller.
I gotta be in.
Pass the controller. Pass the controller.
And welcome to another brand new episode of Pass the Controller. That is right, we are back. Full effect, man. This is crazy, man. Happy summer of Game Festival, everybody, man. It's the start of June, man, which you know is going to be a whole bunch of releases of a whole bunch of stuff, man. I mean, listen, we already started off June 1st on a hot foot, man. It's getting me excited, man. I cannot wait to talk about that with the crew. You know who I am. I am MCKNUX, man. You know the Salty's Gamer Live, man. Listen, I got the original crew right here. We are going to go ham, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be insane. Trust me, man. We got a lot of things to talk about. Seriously, but before we do, man, I gotta introduce the rest of the cast and crew, man. First of all, man, I gotta talk. I'm not gonna go to the dude over there, man. That's like, you know, Anakin's whatever. But I'm gonna go to my boy Civ, my man. That dude knows every cheat code in the system, cuz my man has every trophy. I don't care what you do. You don't have more achievements like this guy. CIVICMINDED, what's going on, cuz? How you been?
What's going on, MCKNUX? How we doing, man?
I'm good, man. How you been, man? Looking good, man.
Doing all right.
We both twins. We got the whole Nintendo NES controller shit. The NES.
Right.
I like that, man.
I didn't even notice that.
Beautiful, man.
Cool,
That's why we're twinsies, dude. I love you,
Repping
man.
the old school tonight.
Exactly.
You know? It's kind of weird. I never thought we'd be talking about the NES as like old school, but it is now.
Yeah.
It's definitely old school.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with the retro scene. Nothing wrong with a little old school gaming.
Oh,
What's
dude.
going on? So my name's CIVICMINDED. You know, you guys know me. And yeah, man, we're here to talk about some video games tonight. We've got a lot of recaps to do. Lots of news this past month. Lots of news coming up in the coming month. We have to touch on a lot of that stuff. So lots to cover tonight, man. Before we get to all that, I want to pass it on down to my man with the master plan, the man with the not only with the piece, but also with the hair grease. The man with the master plan, Eric the Smoke Moran. How you like that?
Woo!
What's going on, man? I'm the final boss before you reach Darth Vader in a Star Wars game. It is yours. Truly. It is yours truly. Looking forward to talking. Guys, what's going on? This feels like forever since we all been together. Hey, that's rhymes.
Hey!
And you know, I was so inspired and everything else that's been going on. And I just wanted to stop right here and talk about our very special guest. He came all the way from Naboo just to be with us today. Let's introduce our boy, the one and only Obi-Wan. What's going on, Obi-Wan?
Hello there.
That was horrible, dude.
I've been leaning over my freaking back.
I was wondering. I was like, dude, how long he's going to lean his back over like that? So I was like,
until it's my turn, and you guys making me go last.
That was the stupidest intro ever.
dude, that's why purpose. I
At
was like,
least it wasn't the stupidest outro ever.
I love my stupid outro.
oh my god.
Hello there. The droid attack on the Wookiees. No, he didn't say that. I got nothing. I have the high ground. There, that one. References.
Oh
Anyway,
my god.
I am not
Underestimate
Ewan
his
McGregor.
power.
I am not Ewan McGregor. I wish I was.
Or he had his money.
Yeah, pretty much.
Get everywhere.
Pretty much. Exactly. Dude, listen, man. Nick, I was. That's why I purposely picked Nick last. I was like, you know what? Let me go through the regular.
It
crew.
happens.
I want to see how long he can do a hunchback over Notre Dame. You know,
Didn't feel good. Didn't feel good.
For the intro, I was like, dude, I know my man's back is hurting.
This office chair has no lumbar support. Like, what do you want from me?
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, we have a lot of stuff to talk about, man. A lot of things to discuss, and again, like I said, this is the start of the Summer of Game Festival, so you know there's gonna be a lot of announcements. And for those that don't know what the Summer of Game Festival is, it's pretty much it's a replacement of E3. You know, I mean, get rid of E3. We got Summer Game Festival, which is happening all summer long. You know, I mean, I ain't gonna say I love E3, man. I mean, I've been to E3 a couple times, but it's a good festival of announcements, of releases, of surprises, man. And like I said, it just started June 1st, man. You know what I mean? It just started the 1st of June, even though technically it starts around June 9th. But it kicked off so early. It was amazing with the trailers and all that. Of course, we have the Sony State of Play that we want to talk about as well, too. And then Xbox is coming, the 9th? Yeah, so get hyped, Xbox, let's go. You know what I mean? So we'll see what they're going to talk about. But first, we got a couple of announcements, man, because you can see us live and in color, except for Nick. You're going to see us you're going to see us live. If you are in the Eastern, I guess, United States, man, hopefully in the Philadelphia area, man, you can see us live at Too Many Games. That's right, Too Many Games is going to be from June 24th to the 26th of this year, basically. It's going to be at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center. What is Too Many Games? Well, Too Many Games is so much fun. I'm telling you right now, people, if you haven't been to Too Many Games, go. Seriously, it's pretty much one of the longest running video game and board game conventions in the Pennsylvania state, whatever. You know what I mean?
I heard there was too many games there.
There was it's too many games. It's a lot of games. It's so many games that it's too many. Look at that. It is so many games. It's a lot, dude. I mean, it's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, let me tell you something, people. It's a lot to it's a lot to handle, dude. When you go over there, you're going to be overrun by too many games. I mean, am I expressing too many games enough for y'all? It's too many games, whatever. So it's too many games.
Jokes.
Too many jokes. I know, man. Listen, you use too many hair gel, but listen, too many games. I love you, Nick.
He's not.
Too many games.
I know he's not talking about me.
Yeah, nah.
Right?
I'm gonna
This
tell you.
dude got a haircut and cut his beard just for the show. He thinks he's all that.
I gotta be smooth, man. But anyway, Too Many Games. You can see us. Our panel is that Friday, June 24th, Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you cannot miss that because, first of all, your boy bought a lot of prizes to give away, man. We got so many prizes. You know, is it prizes that's going to be like insane? That listen, I don't know why these PTC guys are giving this away. Yeah, maybe we'll see what happens, man. But we got so many prizes to give away, so you cannot miss our panel. Remember, Friday, June 24th at 8 p.m. sharp Eastern Standard Time. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to play some games with you guys as well, too, giving away prizes. And just having a whole bunch of fun, man. Trust me, you want to get these tickets right now because tickets are selling fast. Go to toomanygames.com and purchase your tickets right now. That is toomanygames.com. I want you to be like that dude at the show. Too many games, too many games, too many games. Yeah, get your tickets right now.
He's holding up
He's holding up a 2. Exactly, right? Yeah, too many games, man.
I don't know. I was excited, and then you started talking about it today, and now I'm less excited.
And now you're less excited?
Why.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go. I hope you're less excited, man. Listen, that's too many games. Go and get your tickets right now, and we'll see you there that Friday night, man. And I'm going to announce this as well, too, because we also are going to be appearing at East Coast Gaming Expo. That's right. East Coast Gaming Expo is July 8th to the 10th. That's the first time. That's the first time. Yep. July 8th through the 10th. Formerly known as New Jersey GamerCon, they rebranded their name to East Coast Gaming Expo, and it's going to be a lot of fun, man. Listen, besides us, we don't have a panel time yet. We'll get that. We'll put that out on our website as well, too. We'll put that out on our Facebook page and Instagram as well. So keep in mind with that. But you cannot miss that. So make sure that you do get your tickets. East Coast Gaming Expo at their site, ECGXPO.com. That is ECGXPO.com. I feel like I'm doing like freaking encrypted letters.
Good reading. I'm proud of you.
Shut up. Well, listen, that's what I'm doing, man. But besides us, I mean, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, man. This is what I'm excited for. Besides seeing us at East Coast Gaming Expo, you got my boy Mega Ran that's going to be there. Mega Ran is going to be there. I can't wait to talk to Mega Ran. We're going to have him on the show hopefully soon. You know what I mean? But we got Mega Ran. And then they just announced Anamanaguchi, which is a pixelated rock band that played the songs for Scott Pilgrim video game, man. That's pretty cool. If you haven't played a Scott Pilgrim video game, if you love the music, Anamanaguchi is going to be there. They're going to rock out. And also, Bit Brigade. Civic got me into Bit Brigade, man. So I wanted to thank Civic for actually putting me on Bit Brigade, man, because Bit Brigade is going to be there. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. Like, seriously, I cannot wait for East Coast Gaming Expo, man. Besides our panel, we're going to rock out. But I want to hear these guys rock out, man. Mega Ran, Anamanaguchi, Bit Brigade. I cannot wait, dude. Seriously. Y'all, listen, I mean, I know you guys are excited for East Coast Gaming Expo, right?
That's a given.
That's a given. Yeah, seriously, dude.
Come on, you really got to ask.
Hey, listen, it's always a given, man. That's right. East Coast Gaming Expo. Make sure you get your tickets at ECGXPO.com. And also get your hotels too, man, because hotels are selling out as well too. So get your tickets and get your hotel if you want to stay over there, man. So that is the 2 conventions that we will be appearing at, and they're pretty much back to back too, man. Too Many Games, and then East Coast Gaming Expo is like 2 weekends after that, man. So listen, double dose of Pass Controller. Oh, you betcha, man. Seriously, that's going to be insane. But let's forget about that, man. We are going to go right into the show with what we have been playing. And, Smoke, man, listen, I'm intrigued about this game you've been playing. What you been playing, man?
I've been playing on PS5, Sniper Elite 5. Well, no, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. Not PS5, because I've been playing PS5 for so long. Actually, on my Xbox XS.
Ooh.
Sniper Elite 5. And
okay.
let me tell you right now, if you love the game, if you love the series, you will not be disappointed with this one. And the most important thing is you get to kill Hitler in this game.
Oh, that's a plus.
What more could you want?
That's a plus.
You know, and also it's a free download, and for like when you're on Xbox Game Pass, free. You download it for free.
I like that word.
Yeah, free is good. Remember, everyone, free is good.
Free is good.
Yes, and of course, graphics are phenomenal. Everything's upgraded. You get updated new weapons that were for the times and all. The missions are off the chain. You get the amazing X-rays, and the X-rays are the bomb because when you're taking down enemy Nazis and everything else, you get to see the beautiful red mist that goes with it and stuff. And so, like I said, the game I highly recommend. If you love the series, this is an addition to your collection. Sniper Elite 5 is an amazing, incredible game.
Oh, I like this, man. This is actually pretty cool, man. It's like
Can you shoot Hitler's balls off?
You can do anything, yeah.
Specifically,
there's so many different ways you can take out Hitler. There's a lot of different ways
you can shoot people's balls off in the other one. So if he had any.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
You could like X-ray and like fully like prevent people from having children. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
if Hitler had balls to shoot, you could shoot them, you know. But like, yeah.
So yeah, pretty much you can do it with the scope. Sometimes without the scope, it's a sandbox. It's basically like a sandbox. They do have multiplayer in this, so it's like I said again, it's a sniper's dream come true. And if you're set in World War II and you get to have a sandbox like this, you know, this game is it's wow, it's the bee's knees.
Yeah, I like that, man.
Bee's knees.
I like that. Just the aspect of you could say you shooting Hitler's balls, man. Like I never had that thought, but right now I do. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, this is freaking awesome, man. Okay, so Sniper Elite 5, I like that.
Testes. That was a terrible German accent.
Yeah, with the German. How was it? 9 testes?
Nine testes. I
can't, man. Civic, what you been playing so far, man? What's going on, Sid? What you playing?
And finally got around to beating It Takes Two.
About time, dude. How you loving that game,
dude? I liked it quite a bit. It was good. So as you know, I mean, I originally started playing that with my wife, right? Because
is he supposed to?
Yeah. I bought that when the game launched, and unfortunately, you know, she and I got to like maybe like the third level or so towards the end of it, and it legitimately starts to get kind of difficult. Like if you're a casual gamer, this might not really be the game for you, honestly. Like it kind of takes some skill to play through this. It takes a lot of, you know, coordination obviously on your part, but then, you know, collaboration with the other player. It's co-op. It's
right.
Couch co-op basically, or, you know, play couch co-op or online co-op. But yeah, it got a little too difficult. She unfortunately, I mean, my wife doesn't play a lot of like the more modern games. So when you throw more than like, you know, 5 buttons at her and analog sticks, it's a little too difficult. And I didn't blame her for that. I don't fault her because, you know, obviously she just doesn't have that in her wheelhouse per se.
Right.
So I had to go online with another friend of the show, Miss Paige Hammermill.
Hey.
Yeah, we call
she
it.
Told me. They said the elephant was the difficult one.
Yeah.
It wasn't difficult per se, but like it's like disturbing. There's some disturbing elements to this. There's some moments that are a little weird. A lot of puzzles. Some of the puzzles were a little aggravating, but you do eventually get through it. I'll say, like, I think that for what this game is pretty much perfect. Like, I mean, they really made it what it needed to be. It tells a great story. I thought, honestly, I'm not going to give anything away, like no spoilers, but I thought the ending was a little abrupt. I thought there could have been a little more exposition towards the end of the game, just a little bit more explanation, but it was okay. It wasn't a bad ending or anything, but I just wanted a little bit more.
Right.
This is a long game. At least it's like 10 to 12 hours to beat, I would say. And that's not stopping for every single thing. I mean, if you want the platinum, you're probably talking maybe like a 15 to 20 hour grind.
Oh, facts.
But the game is a little bit longer. Like I went into this thinking it was going to be kind of like a Way Out, you know, also by Hazelight Studios. And I thought, okay, it's going to be, you know, one of those games you can pound out in like 1 or 2 nights. No. Denise, Paige and I, we took like, oh my God, like, I don't know, maybe like 8 to 10 sessions to get through it.
Right.
Like, just really, because we didn't have a whole lot of time. Like, we didn't sit there through like these long marathon sessions to do. But so for people that don't understand what the game's about, it's about this couple in real life who they're contemplating a divorce. You know, this married couple, they have a daughter, and they're going through a rough time. And one day, magically, they're transformed into these characters here. The husband gets transformed into this character that's made out of clay, and the wife gets transformed into this character that's made out of wood. And they go through this mystical land where, you know, all these, it's almost like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Right.
Like miniature versions of themselves, and they're running around these different locales that are like, you know, the woodshed and the backyard of their house, and, you know, the attic of their house and stuff like this. But it's all like, you know, blown up and contrived and cool and fantastical. So it's neat. I mean, it's a cute game. Again, I thought it was like, I'm not one to complain about a game being too long, but I mean, you sort of get where the game's going midway through. You're kind of like, all right, I get it. Like, but there's just more to do. There's a lot of different game mechanics here. It is really just like a lot of walking from one puzzle to the next.
Right.
That's really what this is. It is a platformer, but it's like a puzzle platformer. It did win Game of the Year, did it not?
Yes, it did.
I was about to ask that.
Yep, I was excited for that, man. So, yep.
Yeah, I can see why. I can totally see why. So far as like the craftsmanship behind the game, it's top notch. Like, we only hit like one glitch in the whole game, and that was just so minor. We had to restart at one point just because of one thing, but it was fine. I mean, yeah, I don't really have any complaints about the game. It's really cool. It's really cute. I don't know that it has a lot of replayability because, I mean, I think you probably play it through twice. You can play it through once as one character, maybe play it through again as the other character.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Like, I mean, there are like mini games and things like that, but, you know, like, it's not something that you're going to like sink like 60, 70 hours into. It's just not really that kind of game. But for what it is while you're playing it, it's a lot of fun. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So I was a little disappointed because, you know, Rob Bass apparently was not the end boss like I thought he was going to be.
I hate you, man. I hate you so much. It took me a minute to get there too, man. I can't stand.
Nah, it's all good. What about that now?
Nah,
DJ Easy Rock.
Nah, I agree with you on that one too, man. Actually, because like I said, that game was phenomenal. I played the game. It's you know, so funny, and it's like how you played. You know, it's you play with somebody that you can enjoy playing it with, man. I played it with real life Peter Griffin, and you know, friend of the show. And
Which character were you?
I think I was a wife, man. Yeah, I was a wife, dude.
We know.
Well,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly, dude. Like, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell
I
you
hate
something.
y'all, man. I hate
Hey,
y'all.
you freaking out.
I wanted to be your stunt guy just to say that. I hate y'all, man.
I can't stand y'all guys, man, for real, dog. Nah, like I said, it was so much fun, man. But we enjoyed the game. I mean, the puzzle aspect was great. So, Civ, I agree with you on that one. It's just everything was just top notch, man. Even the part, I think, what was it, man? I think when it was escaping, I'm trying to remember because it's been a minute since we played, but it was escaping, and I think you were flying on a bird. I think you got to get away from the squirrels, something like that, or whatever.
Yes.
Oh, dude, that was probably my favorite part, yo. Seriously. Oh.
Whoa, that was the part. Are you talking about the underwear kite?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
He takes his boxer shorts and makes it into a glider, and you go sail away out of the tree on
dude,
it.
It was so freaking awesome, cuz like seriously.
Very creative.
There's a lot of running away from things in that game. You're on like a beetle, you're on like a boat, you're on like a lily pad or something. There's a lot of that.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the Rainbow Road reference. There's a lot of fan service moments in that game. A lot of like inside, you know, like video gamer jokes, and
there's a lot of like mini games in there too, right? Where you play against the other person.
Yes,
like,
mm-hmm.
A way out.
Yep. And of course, there's references to a way out if you spot that, Civ. I don't know if you spot that in the game.
I didn't see it. There's a trophy for like finding the dolls or something, like the action figures of the character. I didn't find them.
Oh, you didn't find them? Oh man.
Oh, I probably gotta play it.
Yeah.
Man, how the mighty have fallen.
It was cool. It was cool though. But that's what's up though. Yeah, like I said, for those that haven't played It Takes Two yet, man, definitely.
So Knuckles, what obscure indie game are you playing now that we've never heard of?
I'm so happy. All right, so there's one game, but I think I'm gonna save that game to talk about. At our show at Too Many Games, man, I'm gonna save that game. But this one indie game, There's one indie game I actually wanted to actually talk about. Actually, it's really fun. It's really fun.
It's called Cat Cat.
It's called Cat Cat. Exactly. Nah,
and
man.
You go
listen.
around and you do cat.
You do cat things. Exactly. Nah.
Like,
listen.
meow.
Listen. That cat game is coming out. July or June 19th, July 19th. That's Stray. I cannot wait, man. But we'll talk about that later on. But this one game is really cool. And you can play multiplayer. I think it's up to 4 players. That you can play. Against each other. It's a battle royale. It is called At Sundown, Shots in the Dark. And I don't know if you've heard of this, man, but this game is interesting. I'm gonna tell you why, man. So this is I was first introduced to this game when I went to MagFest and I went to PAX. Right, they had tournaments, man. They had little fun, panels and tournaments and all that too. So I was like, I'm gonna give this game a shot. Recently played this with a couple of my streaming buddies and all that too, and then I was like, this game is so much fun. So at home, Shots in the Dark, you get to select levels. There's 4 players. You see how they poof in. Now the thing is, here's the glitch. Well, not the glitch. Here's a little thing. They're invisible. The only way you can see each other is if you're in a light source. Okay. If you're in a dark area, you can't see nobody. You cannot see nobody. You know what I'm saying? So the way you can really pinpoint where somebody's at is if they're running. You can see like their trail, like they have like a little vapor trail behind them. If they're running. If they shoot, of course they give away their position. They shoot, you can see. And then basically, it's just that's the only way you can tell where people are, if they're running, if they shoot. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's memorization. You got to really use strategy. They have different weapons. They have claymore mines. They have C4s. They have swords, lightsabers, whatever.
C4s.
Different. They have.
Everyone knows the plural. C4s.
Yeah, C4s. You know what I mean? Now they have different modes too. Like besides like battle royale. They have King of the Hill, capture the flag, kind of good stuff like that. Right now, we're seeing just a standard battle royale. Which the best thing about this game is that you won't be able to unlock every mode. You got to play with your buddies, and then while you level up after each round, then you unlock certain modes like capture the flag and King of the Hill, and then last man standing and whatever, what have you. And then you can play. It don't have to be battle royale. It could be a 2v2. It could be a 3v1. If somebody want to be a jerk and say like I'm better than everybody, it could be a 3v1. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter what kind of team you set. This game is so much fun. It's a hilarious game, man. You know what I mean? It's just real quick, easy to learn. So simple. Like I said, you got to be really, really strategic, man, on what you do. Of course, the last kill. They always do the replay. And show you the last kill like I forgot what that game. They always do replays and stuff like that. Like last kill, replay. Look at this
like
kill.
Call of Duty or almost any game ever.
Pretty much. I mean, here's the emphasis on that. You got smoshed and whatever crap. You know what I mean? Like it's so much for smosh. I don't know. I'm just making up a word. But nah, it's so much fun. I mean, seriously, dude. This is probably one indie game that you definitely have to take a look at.
It looks a lot different than the shots I take in the dark, but that's something, anyway.
Yeah, see, that's that.
Force be with you.
That's why it's wet. Yo,
hey, Nick, you underestimate my power.
See, there you go, man. But I think
I would twirl this bub sitting down.
I can't stand you. But that Sundown Shots in the Dark, it's cheap. It's cheap on Steam. I think it's also available on Xbox Game Pass, or if you, I don't know if it's on PS, but it's like $5, man. So disregard that Big Mac that you're going to get. And go ahead and get At Sundown Shots in the Dark, man, and play with your friends. It's so much fun. Seriously, it's a lot of fun. But that's pretty much me. And then Nick, man, well, Nick, you pretty much speaking for. I know everybody's gonna have a discussion about this, but Nick, what have you and the guys been playing, man?
I was really hoping his face was going to pop up.
That's the thing. You get like teeth. Look at it. I'm looking at the freaking like screen.
You didn't think to preview
honestly,
that
the most defining feature of that man is his jawline. Let's be real.
You get the chin.
We all know who it is without even seeing the face.
It's star of Doctor Strange in the multiverse.
That's all you see. Like, yo, I can't, man. Oh my god!
Myself and the other fine gentlemen here who aren't scared of evil, scary things have been playing Ash versus the Evil Dead the game, or Evil Dead the game. I said it wrong. I looked at the picture, what? And that's from Ash versus the Evil Dead the show. I messed it up.
I thought you said something else for a minute.
I was like, wait, what?
Evil Dead the game. Yeah, it's interesting. We've been waiting a while. I know the three of us have for this to come out. I personally watched all of Evil Dead, the entire franchise, for the first time last year. Shout out to my buddy Chris. He let me borrow all the DVDs, throwback DVDs. We got DVDs. We were talking about DVDs earlier. And I loved it. I thought it was amazing. I loved how campy and goofy it was. I also loved how practical a lot of the things were. And then watching the show and how it ended, I was like, I want more. I want more. Why'd they do this? I've come to find out it's because it was on Stars, and no one watches Stars. And when this game got revealed, it looked really fun and really true to the franchise and the characters and just fun. And the fact that Bruce was voicing Ash again, this is the first time he's played Ash since the finale of the show.
Okay.
It was groovy. You know what I'm saying?
Groovy?
That's what he says, Mark. Goodness.
Mark, this segment right now is not for you. Not for you, man. I'm just gonna put you in the chair in the corner, and we're gonna let
wait. Here's your juice box. Here's your juice box. Play with your ear.
I'm thinking like, is that what Nick be saying all the time, man? Groovy, cousin?
I say groovy whenever I want. I'm 25 and I'm groovy. I know it. So actually, what we're seeing here is actually a single player mode. There is a single player mode where you can play through some like scenarios of some of the movies and stuff, but like done in a way that works better for a video game. I've only played a few of them because they're surprisingly difficult alone. But the main draw of this game is the multiplayer. It's 4v1. 4 humans. You pick any of the characters from the franchise. There's Ash and then the other ones. And no one knows their names, let's be honest. And the opposing player, it's kind of like if you ever played Evolve or Dead by Daylight, any of those kind of games where the villain is way stronger and the person playing as the evil character. In this case, they are playing
4v1
the 4v1
survival.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where they play as a deadite or a demon, so Mark is able to understand a little bit better. And they have all their different kind of powers and move sets and everything. And then you play as the humans and you try and survive and you try and get the pages of the Necronomicon. Mark, the Necronomicon is a book that's really important.
This is why I stick with Back for Blood. But go ahead, man.
Yeah. And then you need to get the Kandarian dagger. Kandarian, it's a whole other thing. I'm not gonna explain it to you. We're gonna be here for hours.
You're speaking Japanese to me, man. I don't understand.
Kandarian is a long time ago. Anyway, it's a lot of cool stuff, and it's fun. Like in this map here, you're going around the classic Evil Dead shack or whatever you call it, cabin, and it's fun to see all kinds of stuff. I don't know what those words are on the thing. I don't know, but that being said, like all the good things it does and the fun it has, you can have if you're a fan of this franchise. It's a little rough around the edges. I gotta be honest.
Okay.
The mechanics, like, if you're not in like a team of your friends playing this, like the communication disconnect can be a little bit difficult when you're in regular matchmaking. It is an actual difficult game, and there's jump scares and stuff like that, and people come after you, and you use your weapons and you fight back. But like, I don't know, it feels like it almost needs like a little bit more time to cook, if that makes sense. I mean, Civ, I know you were saying stuff about this earlier. It might need like a lock-on mechanic to help with combat. And, like, I don't know. I am enjoying playing it, but I'm like, I don't know if it was worth the full price, which hurts to say. You know what I mean?
I think
It's not that hard of a price.
It isn't. It's only $40 unless you pay $60 for the season pass or whatever.
What you wanted to be like?
I'm like,
you add the 60 on the season pass is a whole different animal.
And I'm thinking about like in terms of the characters, like obviously you want to play as like Ash because it's Ash, and then like they have the characters from the show who are more drawn out and more badass and have more abilities and stuff. But then like you play as a lot of the generic characters and side characters from the original films that like at the end of the day are just like people, you know.
So, well, here's my question: do you think it's better or on the same par as Aliens, Colonial Marines, or would you say it's just the same, or would you which one would you?
Aliens Fire Team you're talking about, right?
Right. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Fire Team or like Predator. It is funny. There have been a lot of games made recently of old films from like the 80s and everything like that, and you could say they're all in very much different styles, but this one and Predator, which we've played before, PTC.com, Facebook.com/PTC, Twitch.com, PTC Gaming Show. Free plug for ourselves. It's crazy because when we all play together like that and we're messing around, like, it's fun. Stuff like this is fun. It's like, it's the same thing as going bowling with your friends or going to the movies with your friends or doing whatever with your friends. Like, when you get that going together, it's fun to play, just the same as, you know, games like Predator and Aliens, which aren't as critically loved. Just like this one, I would say, when you get it in that lightning in a bottle moment when you're playing with your friends and you're having fun and everything's working and you're communicating, it's a good time. Unfortunately, there's just moments where I'm like, it's a good game, it's just not like a great game, if that makes sense.
Bouncing off of what you're saying, for me, my experience in playing the game, now why I like the components of the campaign, because they make you work. They do make you work in the game. If you're
it is not easy.
Yeah, it is not easy. But I will say, like, I try to get myself to play more multiplayer, and Brian, myself, and Nick, we were all trying to play, and like Nick made a good point. I think when we're all together and we're all synced up together, it's fun because now we know how to, and then we're still learning the game as we go. What I find that with this game is connection, is trying to connect with other players, connecting with Civ and Nick.
Matchmaking was a little weird.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because I remember I was playing as a Deadite and I'm trying to look. I hear Civ in the backdrop running around like crazy, looking for loot and everything else, and I'm trying to get to him.
Right.
Like, he's coming around the corner, and I think I got to him, but everything was so crazy by then. I'm trying to attack him, and he's attacking me. And then when I die, I can't come back or connect.
Really?
So I think it's still trying to find his legs. I had more fun playing the Fireteam game, but don't get me wrong, it's. For Evil Dead is great. I think once it works out all its little components and it smooths it out a little bit better, it's going to be a good game. It's just taking time. But for like Fireteam, I had more fun with because we got right into the game. We knew what our objectives were. We went in and we all had fun. It was just like we just had fun. Evil Dead, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. That's first. Second off, again, graphic-wise, graphic-wise and everything else, story-wise is great. The single-player component, if you like a challenge, that would be great. It's good. The multiplayer needs some work. So I'm not going to totally diss it. It just needs a little bit of work, but it has the potential of being a good, really roundabout game.
Yeah, one thing solid B- at this point. This is one of those games that's designed to be around for a long time, and then I don't know that I think a more fair comparison. It's not to compare it to Aliens Fireteam because that game, even though it's 4-player co-op, there's no human multiplayer that controls the alien per se. That's just
well. Now they did Fireteam did come out with the alien. Or you can play as the alien now.
All right. I mean,
word? Really?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. So that's the only thing. Like the way I'm looking at it, you're talking to someone who doesn't really care for multiplayer. I started getting into multiplayer because of PTC,
right? And
because the 3 of us or the 4 of us, when we did Predator, when we did Alien, to me it's a lot more fun. I do have fun when we're all together and we all have a common goal. It's really hard sometimes when you're playing, and I think that's the overall reason why I'm not a big fan of multiplayer, because when you're playing multiplayer and you're trying to get with a group, and again, the technology, of course, is all that in a bag of chips where you can get a group of friends and we're all at different places and we're playing at the same time. I think that's a great concept, but I just think that trying to just link up with everyone, it's where, it could take anywhere between 5 minutes to 20 minutes just to make sure. So I think that's my overall look at it. It's when I'm talking about comparing it to Fireteam, I'm comparing it in a sense where we're getting together as a group to play this game. And I'm looking at a component of, okay, this is one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of multiplayer, but I'm also liking this of multiplayer because when we're together and we're all together, it's a loads of fun because we're all talking on the mics and we're busting it up and we're having fun. You were saying mud up and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, look out, watch your back.
Yeah, Eric only
fair.
likes it when he gets to place the predator. And
A
kills
more
him.
fair comparison of this game would be to compare it to, Predator Hunting Grounds, Dead by Daylight, games like that. Like even the Friday the 13th video game.
Right.
It's the same sort of thing.
I
where
forgot about that.
The asymmetrical aspect is really what is baked in from the get-go. Like, Aliens has that now, but really, I mean, you got to look at it like all those games have one thing in common. It's that when they all came out, they were very unbalanced. Some of them were less polished than others, but these games are meant to stick around for a long time. Like Dead by Daylight, just about a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, celebrated its 6th-year anniversary. And it's
6?
Yeah, it's not looking like those games ever slow down. Like if they're done well, if they're supported well, they're going to be around for a long, long time. So this is the kind of game where over time you're going to see that polish come in. Like for one thing that bothers me is like when you get into a car in this game, you just teleport into the car. There's no animation that shows you open a door and it's getting in. Instead, it just flash right in. I'm like, come on, man. I think that's like some PlayStation 1 kind of.
Yeah, you just hold triangle for the amount of time it would take to get
it's
into
just
a car.
cheesy. And I think the biggest point, and to leverage off what Nick said, the fighting mechanics in this game, the combat from the survivor side, it really needs help. It's just hard to keep track of everything when you're in a fight. Like, it would help immensely to have even some kind of aim assist or just lock-on mechanic that you can do manually, that you lock on to because you have to be so you have to manipulate the controller in so many ways to like maintain a decent fight pace and so many different things. You don't want to control the camera at the same time. It's a little bit distracting. So if you could lock on to a single enemy and then pan around them or rotate and strafe and shoot and do and attack and melee and all, that would be so much better. A lot of other games just have that even as an option or something, but I don't know, throw it in the game as like one of the character's abilities, like a lock-on technique or something. It would just help a lot because the camera is, no matter how you tweak it, no matter what you do in the options, it's all over the place. It's just hard to like really stay steady and get a good fight plan going.
Was it sensitive or like, can you change the sensitivity or?
It's more than that. It's just because you get swarmed so easily in this game. It would just be easy to, control the fight from a pacing perspective,
right.
Control the fight from a pragmatic perspective, like where you can, manage things better, like manage what you're doing. In other words, so if you don't have that, you're just swinging blindly. Sometimes you're turning, there might be somebody behind you because enemies don't show up on radar either. That's the other thing. There's nothing in the mini map that indicates that there's any enemy to any side of you. And the audio component in the game is really cool, but the stereo effect, even if you're wearing headphones, it still doesn't locate well. Like where, like some games you could definitely hear where everything is around you. This game is just a left and right channel audio. So it's hard to like really even know if something's behind you or not. It's just hard to explain. I want them to throw us a bone. Be like, okay, look, we have to refine this combat component just to at least some degree, just to make it more fair on both sides, because that same problem carries over most likely to the demon side also. If you play as one of the antagonists, it's the same problem that's going to plague you. It's just that getting swarmed and then not having any kind of control over your combat. But again, like I said, man, solid B-. It's a good game. It'll get better over time.
Okay.
There was one more thing I remember that Civ and I specifically talked about. It doesn't save your party between games. So every single time we were having to go through the menu, which was a little bit weird, just to add each other. Right. Like obviously it's not going to keep like the randoms we have, but it doesn't even keep like if you're in a party beforehand and join in, it doesn't even save that.
Yeah,
so
it's really
like
weird. They need to fix stuff like that. That's come on, that's like video games 101.
That's common. That's 101.
Right.
Yeah. It's almost there. It's almost at like a B+ or an A-. It's just there's like those few little things like that little quality control stuff that you need that hopefully will be taken care of over time to make it a really good game, because it is fun to play. But as soon as those little growing pains get taken care of, I think it'll be fun.
That's a good point.
That's true. Okay, that's understandable, man. I figured,
Mark's like, I have no idea what y'all said.
Nah, shut up, Vic. Nah, because I feel like I know it's still in the beginning stages, man, and no game is going to come out, man, swinging perfect and anything. You know what I mean? So that's the same thing with Back 4 Blood, dude. That's why Back 4 Blood is still,
Hey,
you
man.
know, has its glitch and all that too.
Hail to the king, baby.
He's stupid, dog.
You don't get the reference. It's okay.
Oh god, man.
You're talking about Duke Nukem.
Oh my god.
Groovy.
You said that too.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of people say it now. Mark be saying it. He just won't admit it.
I ain't say that, man. Talking about some groovy, man. No, they be saying groovy, man. Freaking off this off air. Oh, that's what's up. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, I figured. Again, like I said, you got to give Evil Dead some time. And a lot of people are playing. I see a lot of people streaming it, you know, at this time too, man. So
This is my boomstick.
it's a shot.
Remember when Obi-Wan said that?
You an idiot, man.
That's when they fought the Klingons, right?
Niggas
Yeah,
an idiot,
exactly.
man.
Yeah.
I can't with you, dude. But all right, that's what's up, man. I mean, I don't know if y'all gonna get back on Evil Dead, man, or we're gonna wait for Teenage Mutant Ninja
probably.
Turtles. You know?
Oh, Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles gonna be great. That's a showstopper, right?
Yeah,
there.
I'm about to say by the time Turtles come out, man, y'all gonna be like, Evil who? Like, okay, cool. All right, bet.
The Turtles in time?
I can't wait to hear all the generic music they replaced that licensed music with.
Oh, yeah. That's going to suck.
Nah,
They're not even going to use the Nickelodeon, the last one, are they?
They
The
can't
themes
use
are
any of it.
yeah.
nah.
off the
I'm
ground
gonna tell
up.
you this. Well,
Hopefully by the time the game comes out, they'll get
They're
that
gonna
all
do
worked out.
adolescent amphibian karate creatures.
Lizards, reptiles,
reptiles, dude. Reptile lizards.
tortoises.
Nah.
Heroes in a quarter shell.
Yeah.
Reptile energy.
Backpack.
Now most of the stuff I'm gonna just from what I play, most of the stuff is a little copy paste, man. But again, you'll see when it comes out though, man. But yeah. So like I said, wait till we all get into some, and like I said, we'll get back into more. For those that are wondering, we'll get back into more PTC streams as well too, man. For all of us in here, we'll get that started back up again, man. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, if it'll be Turtles, it'll be Turtles, man. Can't wait for Turtles, or it's another game that Civic or Smoke pops up with, man. And yeah, we'll get back into that, man. Honestly, we got to get back into
Or me, I could as well. If you want to say my name.
or Nick, man. Nick be doing some Barbie stuff. But anyway, yeah. But other than that, I feel like it's
Cookie Mama. Get it right. Cookie Mama.
No. You know what's so funny? Because I was just thinking about Alien Fireteam, and I'm like, okay, did it do? I know it had updates and stuff. I thought they just left it alone.
Third season pack came out just now.
Yeah.
So yeah, last month it came out last month.
All these
Bothers
seasons,
me
man.
that they didn't include any new trophies. I would have liked that.
Put
some new. Because I'll tell you what, that game gets super hard on the harder difficulties. Alien's Fireteam is hard when you play on hard. Like,
oh, for sure.
Beating a single level is just like, it borders on impossible. Even with a really good group of players, dude, it's very.
But it was just 3 of us, man. So I figured, I don't know, dude.
That's right.
We'll see what happens.
I mean, I do want to get back into.
Alien Fireteam. Totally.
Yeah,
yeah, kind of. Yeah, for sure.
I got nothing going on tonight. Yo, you see where I'm at? Like, holler at your boy. I'm ready.
I'm down with that. I actually missed that too, man. So
Me
yeah,
and Coach.
we'll get that set, man. But yeah, so that's what we've been playing. Like I said, make sure that if you want to check out those games that we recommended, man, for sure, go ahead and watch this, man. And like I said, just go ahead and play at your own leisure, and let us know what you've been playing as well in the comments below, man. So do your thing, man. Listen, give us some games, recommend us some games to play, man, for sure. But we are entering cat games all day, man. But
dog games.
We are in a glorious holiday, okay? June 1st. Pretty much it's the unofficial start of Summer of Gaming Fest, man, that IGN is throwing. It's a huge, it's in the second year, I believe, man. It started during the pandemic and all that too. Beautiful time to be alive, man, where they can just go ahead and throw us a lot of trailers and reveals and all that too. It's pretty much E3, a summer-long E3 event, man. Now, my thing is they kicked us off June 1st, right? They kicked us off June 1st with 2 trailers, and one was a Pokemon trailer, which, I mean, I haven't touched a Pokemon game in such a long time, man. I think the only person that touched a Pokemon game was probably Nick. You know what I mean?
Nah, man, I gotta complicate his emotional connection with Pokemon for a moment.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Nah,
critical hit.
Yo, but this new Pokemon game that's out, man. What was it called, Nick? It's Pokemon
Scarlet and Violet.
Scarlet
they watched
and Violet.
WandaVision. They were like, "We're doing that."
It's a copy paste. It's a copy paste. Nah, but it looks good though. It looks good. You know, I'm not going to show the trailer, but like, it's. I feel like. What do you think, Nick? What do you think,
dude? Like, I've been talking about this with some of my friends with Pokemon recently. Like, the amount of money that company makes
Facts.
versus the quality that their games seem to continue to be at is like insane to me. Because like, obviously, like the formula hasn't really changed over the years, over the games, and it doesn't really need to, because it applies to that like younger audience that played it, and then the formula doesn't change, and then like obviously new people get made, and then they grow up and then made more and whatever. It's just like it just keeps happening, and the cycle continues and continues. And I've realized the more and more, the older I get, the more I'm like, well, there are a lot of issues with some of these things and the formula, and they keep stuff away. And I'm just like, I don't get how people can keep buying them year after year with the same issues. I'm excited for new Pokemon, new designs. It looks fun. There's co-op in this one, like full 4-player co-op. But I'm like, the amount of money that company makes and the actual capabilities of the Switch and everything and the console that it's on, like, I know it's not the strongest one out there, but like, if we can get something like Breath of the Wild on the Switch, we can get something insane for Pokemon. And I'm just like, I just hope that they do something really out there with it, and that they like actually make it a challenge. I don't know how else to describe this. But they have the resources to put into it, and they just don't seem to fully do it each year. They always dial it back a little because they don't need to try. I don't know.
But you know what the people want to say. But Nick, they got 2 hot professors there, man. Oh my God.
Oh, they're so hot. Oh my God, they're not real. Ones and zeros and pencils and stuff. You can't touch them.
But Nick, what about Lechonk? Lechonk is the hottest Pokemon.
Oh my gosh, the fact that they named a Pokemon with Chunk in it. If it evolves and its like final name is Chungus or something like that, I'm
waiting for that, dude.
I'm out. Like, I was waiting for it. If it evolves into like Chungus, I'm quitting. I'm done. I'm never touching a video game again. Like, oh my gosh.
Yo, I can't, man. The fact of the matter is, and Nick, you're right, man, because it's like with a company, you know, that does a lot of these Pokemon games. We're in the 16th Pokemon game, and the characters still don't talk. Like, seriously, dude?
There's some minor voice acting, and they've done stuff like that where they up it to, you know, obviously we're not going just only like up and down and left and right. You can't just run around and everything. But like, for me, just like the magic hasn't really been there. I guess that's a part of growing up or whoever it is. But like, obviously, it's not really made for me anymore. I haven't really felt the magic of the game since Platinum. It sucks, but it's the reality. Like, they don't make it harder for people our age or my age and then your guys' age. And then they don't make it, I don't know. It's so hard to describe. And I just watch what they're doing.
Look,
it's like, I want to play
if you're our age and you enjoy it, more power to you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah.
But I do remember, I want to share a really quick anecdote. This happened to me when I was in college. So we're talking like, this was like 20 some years ago. And I remember I was in a media class, and the professor was, he obviously worked as a professor for the college I went to, but he was also the programming director at a local Fox affiliate. And he was in charge of, you know, when you're in charge of programming, you're the one that, you know, decides what airs, what you buy, you know, what you're going to syndicate, things like this. So he was in the process at the time of obtaining the Pokemon cartoon series for like Saturday mornings or like weekday mornings or something like this.
Yeah.
Told us the stories. Like he said, you know, I love cartoons. Cartoons are great. I understand the whole marketing behind them. I understand that they're, you know, basically just like commercials for kids, more or less, to buy toys. But he said the one thing he really objected to was Pokemon. And he laid out an argument about it. He said basically, he's like, you know, with a lot of other cartoons and a lot of other toy lines, you don't need to be so heavy-handed in, you know, coercing children to buy your product. But literally, Pokemon consists of 150 crudely drawn characters that anyone, I mean, really, he said they're very unimaginative, they're very generic.
Right.
And then the tagline is something so basic that, you know, you're telling kids you have to buy all of these to be successful. Yeah. And he really broke it down. He's like, this is like the antithesis of like creative marketing and creative cartooning, and it's worked. I remember he hated just the existence of Pokemon, and he said it's not because it's not quality. He said it's not because the cartoon isn't fun and good. He's just, I hate how this ties in so opaquely with with the whole concept of capitalism and marketing, he's like it's so heavy-handed. He's like, is there no shame anymore? Like,
yeah,
he must be
and then now it's what are we up to, like 700 and some Pokemon?
Dude, I lost count, man.
Yeah.
I lost count.
I just don't know. Like, I don't have anything against it. I don't have anything. I'm not a Pokemon guy. I probably shouldn't even participate.
That guy was probably a Digimon fan. We know.
Yeah, no, he don't come into class and say, "You activated my trap card." I'm like, what? We didn't understand what it meant at the time, but no, I don't know. I don't understand really the allure of that particular franchise, but I know people like it. I think it's cool. Like I'm glad people like it. It just never did anything for me. I just think I was too old when Pokemon rolled around. I mean,
Ash has been 11 for like 20 years.
Yo, how about that, man?
And he's the worst trainer ever.
How about that?
How about we have Ash from Evil Dead and Ash from Pokemon?
Oh my gosh, someone's had to have done that, right?
There gotta be some fan. There gotta be some fan film or something like that. Some like
someone
let me do my Pokemon meme.
With a Pikachu.
Pikachu. Whatever his yellow rat.
Everyone knows what Pikachu is.
Characters. The only one I know is Snorlax, because that's
my mother, who still calls it Bookface sometimes, knows who Pikachu is. Like, come on.
Nah.
On the tube, you like what? Huh?
Nah, the only aspect, and this was reported by our first lady at PTC, man, Luna Chibi Fox, man, that this Pokemon game actually kind of it paid attention to details of black hair. You know what I'm saying? So now you can actually really pick out authentic black hair. Like, you know, if you're going to do like a darker skinned character, you can actually do like curly hair or braids or whatever and all that too, which is actually pretty cool. I think you know, I feel like Pokemon is trying to nitpick on a little bit, man, to try to please the people for sure. Like I said, nothing's broke. You know what I'm saying? They just want to say, hey, listen, we're going to throw this in. Here's some black hair types, you know, for you guys that want to create a character and all that too, and be happy. You know what I mean? Which I'm like, okay, all right. Well, like I said,
that's what's evolved into. Before it was just you play as Red or you play as whatever the generic trainer is, and you just make the name, and that's all they could afford to do.
Right.
And now they're putting way more effort into it. The customization's there. It's genuinely your character, and it start with like being able to change your clothes and so on and so forth, basic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But this kind of customization, like at this point, should be just like in all of it,
right?
Like GTA, like whatever games like that, where you can just like customize yourself. That's the whole point.
Exactly.
Of it. You are the character.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to have full control over what they look like and how they look. And the fact that it's taken this long for Pokemon to fully go into it. I know it's very difficult to appease to as many people as you possibly can, but with it being this big of a company, it shouldn't be that difficult to just throw in as many hairstyles or skin colors or whatever.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that difficult.
Now, the other aspect too, Nick, is that this game is also multiplayer too. So it's like you can
4-player co-op.
Yep.
Yeah.
You and a bunch of friends can go in and
first. PTC
and catch them
coming
all.
Through. 4-player co-op.
I mean,
we're gonna make Brian catch all 780 billion Pokemon.
Hey, listen, I'm down with that. If we all, you know, want to group up PTC and go through. Listen, if we all could build a gym and have people just come in and start battling like us to get
Mark
the gym
hasn't been
badge.
to a gym in years. What are we talking about?
You get out of here, man. I ain't talking, dog.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Come on, God. You see
this
that?
Man.
You be making me do them curls on stream, you know.
Hey, listen. If I'm coming back from the gym, man, I ain't doing no curls. Oh, man.
Detective Pikachu was good.
Hey. Know what I mean? Sonic is better. Sonic is better. But anyway, listen, talking about Sonic, man, that was the second trailer that actually came out, was Sonic Frontiers. Let me tell you something. Nick is the only hater here, and I love it, man. Sonic Frontiers.
I'm not a hater. I'm a realist.
Ain't no realist,
about
man.
Sonic as real about Pokemon as I just was.
Nah, man, listen. Sonic Frontiers. What was beautiful, dude? It was so okay. Here's the thing, and I was telling people on Twitter that Sonic Frontiers, the Sega is not going to give us everything. They're not going to give us everything. You know what I'm saying? Open world. They said. I told them. I said, listen, Sega's going to give us a little bit of spoon, like a spoonful of whatever, right? So they give us open world, an appetizer. You know what I mean? So they give us open world. The open world's beautiful. Look at that, man. It's your basic Breath of the Wild, you know, landscape. The
style of the world doesn't match with the style that Sonic is in for this game, in my opinion. It looks weird. It looks like Roger Rabbit.
Swap it out for Knuckles' skin. And,
Yeah, that's true.
Mark will be all over.
That's true.
Mark will be all over.
That's true. Now, if Knuckles is in here, I mean, we can understand because it's like Knuckles, landscape, Angel Island would probably be like this world right here. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, it's just the amazing fact is like, okay, they give us that environment, which I mean, a lot of people complain like, oh man, you're going to copy paste link it. Like, shut up. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you do that, whatever, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Also, the mechanics is crisp, you know what I mean? So you're giving us the same thing. Sonic can do, rail grinds, you know what I mean? You still got the same speed and all that too. This game actually really focuses not on a lot of speed running because you got to really pay attention to the world. You know what I mean? You got to pay attention to everything around you. Depending on what the story is, it looks, you got to really take your time. So all that talk about got to go fast, now throw that out the window, man. Take your time. Take your time and then, enjoy the air, enjoy the atmosphere, man.
Man, look, I want it to be good. I really do. But Sonic always struggles the second he's not in 2D.
I agree.
I'm very worried that based on what's been shown so far and how close the release date is, because they also showed another thing of the combat.
The combat system,
This
yes.
is the first thing that was dropped. It's just exploration. And I look at this and I see like a big, an unnecessarily big world with poorly integrated puzzles or however you want to describe it, where the mechanics look a little rough around the edge. Because like running at this kind of speed and then like stopping to like look at everything, like it looks rough.
Right.
In my
I
opinion.
feel you.
And I'm just like, I'm watching this and I'm like, what's gonna happen when they show off like the combat gameplay? I'm like, all right, these robots look all right, but I don't get how it works yet. So it just doesn't look ready. It looks like it needs to go back in the oven for like a year.
Well, and that's why I was telling people too. I was like, you know what, they're giving us just a little bit of mechanics, man. But let Sega cook. Just let Sega continue to cook. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell us when dinner's ready.
Nick's point, and I agree, because this was even brought up on Angry Video Game Nerd too. He made a special point, and it got me thinking that some of the 3D Sonic games, they're still good games. We like them, but it's a big risk, and it feels like you're taking Sonic out of his natural 3 or 2D element. When you go to these 3D games, it's harder to convert. Like, I don't know that I would really be looking for this kind of realistic style, like landscape and everything. When it comes to Sonic game, I think of like color and sound and vibrance and activity, and liveliness.
Or Sonic Colors.
And something that has more than this. This is very bland looking. I don't know what their point with this is. Like it doesn't. It's like it does.
The world doesn't match.
I'm not trying to hate on it. I'm not trying to hate on it because I would like to see what the final product looks like. I would never judge something just from a trailer, but I do hope that they make something that looks like, the Green Hill Zone, that they make something that looks like, the Casino Night kind of thing, and that there's a little bit more vibrance. This looks like very bland to me. I don't know.
Yeah, they tried to incorporate, and I told people, I was like, okay, the first thing that pops up, like this scene right here, this scene, it feels like a copy paste of Xenoblade Chronicles. If anybody plays Xenoblade Chronicles,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, this is straight up Xenoblade Chronicles, man. Like, what's going on here, dude? And I'm like, okay. All right.
Like, it's not even like in the Sonic movie when he literally gets taken from his world and placed in ours. Like, the aesthetic between the two, it's still matched, and there was still all that color and stuff. Like, I almost feel like this, either Sonic's design or like his texturing or whatever needs a change, or the world needs more life in it. I know, like, obviously this gameplay here, they specifically don't show any of the villains or like the monsters that you fire, the robots or whatever, which look vaguely like the ones in the movie, more of that kind of style. Right. But like, again, like in the movie, Sonic looked like how he would look in the real world. In this, I it's such disconnect. It looks like one of those fan games where they take like a sandbox generic world that you can get off like Unreal or something like that, and then you just like throw a Sonic character model in it, and then you run around. Yeah. And I see all these like puzzles, and obviously it's because we don't know what the story is, but all we can do is go based off of what we know about open world games already, of running around the different mechanics and discovering things. Like if you took Breath of the Wild and knowing all you could do in that and how in depth it is, or like Red Dead or something like that, where there's so much detail and so much to do, or any of the Assassin's Creeds, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter who the character is because the world is so full of things and full of a story. So not knowing what the story is or who the characters are in it or who the villain is. I mean, it's probably going to be Eggman, Knuckles, Tails. We know all that.
Right.
But not seeing it or getting any of like the heart of what this game will be really left a sour taste in my mouth with these 2 trailers that they've shown so far. I want to know what the story is. I want to know what the call, because every Sonic game is like, all right, what are the mechanics? How do they work with gameplay?
Why would they even show a trailer like this?
Well, because like I said, it's just a tech demo. It's a tech demo. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. It's just one, to give the, like I said, the 1, the environment, 2, the mechanics, and 3, just another added feature, which is the puzzle feature that, you know, we're going to see, because again, it's like, you know, puzzle games in Sonic. I never knew there was going to be puzzle games, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's just interesting. It's interesting. You know what I mean? But again, a lot of people, and I see a lot of people, especially on YouTube, saying, "Oh, Breath of the Wild copycat," which, yeah, I know, but it's like, you know, it's
fair.
There's nothing wrong with that,
right?
But even what you said, you don't even realize you said this, but to me, it was kind of a turn off when you're like, "Gotta go fast." No, now you gotta go slow and explore. I'm like, well, then what the hell is the point?
Yeah,
of
like you want to run around. Your whole point is to
isn't
get
that
to
the
the
only?
finish line
Hold on
as
just a
fast as
second.
you can.
Isn't that the only selling point?
Yeah, it is a selling point, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
it's really go slow now.
And of course, it's like you.
Swap them out.
Yeah.
If Sega is so hell bent on putting one of their franchise characters in a video game and making them go slow and explore, why not just make this an Alex Kidd game?
Right,
Or,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, go all the way back. Why not? Who cares? So make it a new Golden Axe kind of game,
or either that, or
I don't know.
Make him be able to stop time, where he's going so fast. It's on a level where he's going so fast, everything stops in real time. So you're going at Sonic speed,
right?
But everything else is
that's a good point.
It's gotta go
Once
fast.
you break that threshold, that would be kind of cool to see.
That'd be good. Yeah, true.
Down around you.
Yeah,
True.
it's gotta go fast.
It's
Not
a great
gotta
way of
stop and
unlocking.
smell the flowers.
Right. It was a great way for him to unlock stuff, and also doing that whole real time thing where everything is slowed down and he's moving and he's just like
freaking Quicksilver. Yeah.
Like he's moving stuff and everything, and then he goes back and starts running. And everything starts, and I mean, I would be dope.
Yeah, facts.
That's a cool idea. That's a cool idea for.
Are y'all listening out there, Sega?
Yeah. I mean, Sega knows that Sega going to take the feedback from everybody. I mean, a lot of people saying King Trip on Twitch saying, you know, I get the concept, but it's you know, it's whatever, you know what I mean? And then
it's just weird because Sonic has always been a race. It's about getting to the end of the line. It's getting to the finish as quickly as you can, save the most animals, get the most emerald points, whatever, get the coins. With this, I'm like, would it be fun to explore a world at supersonic speed and everything like that? Absolutely. But eventually, with you being stranded on an island, eventually you will literally get to the other end of the island and then be like, all right, now I got to go back or look for other things. Like, will there be moments where you can just run around the big open world and it'll be fun? Sure, that'd be fun. But once you get down to, all right, let's stop. All right, there's a puzzle here. Let's go solve the puzzle, which isn't just running around. You got to scale the towers or whatever you end up doing or fight this monster. Like, I don't think there's a good blend here. I don't know if Sonic will ever be able to work at its core for an open world. Maybe it will. Maybe we'll all be caught off guard and this will magically all fit together perfectly. Because I think there is a way you could make a game where Sonic does work in open world, but like with the amount of power that character has, I don't know if it's going to be the right scenario for him in the end.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
I'll wait and see.
Yeah.
I'll wait till you play it. I'll watch you play it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it'll be for me. That's all.
I feel you. That's understandable. Like I said, it's not everybody's cup. It's a whole division, especially on Twitter, man, with a lot of Sonic fans and you know, there's a lot of yay and nays, man. But we'll see when it comes out. Hopefully holiday 2022, you know. And then, like I said, let Sega cook a little bit more. They'll see what happens. I know everybody's talking about delaying it, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Sonic Frontiers.
I'm always okay with a delay if it means the product will be better.
Facts. You know, for all of us, man, that's like delays are good. Delays are great.
Unless it's Anthem.
No, stop. Dude, listen, that's another story, man. So that was the 2 trailers that actually popped off, man, which was pretty cool. And then Sony did a state of play. I don't know if anybody got a chance to watch the state of play from Sony.
Postal Protocol.
Yo.
I
Bless you.
can't wait for that to come out.
Dude, so we already knew that the main theme was going to be a focus on the PlayStation VR 2 games that's going to pop out as well too. I thought it was going to be a little bit of the PSVR 2 hardware and stuff like that, man. Which I think obviously most of us, I know Smoke, me and you probably going to get the PSVR 2. Because I just love.
Okay, before we go any further, I understand they were trying to showcase the games, but come on, everybody knows that they want to see the hardware.
Yeah.
And I mean, come on, you can show me all the games you want. Show me the hardware, give me a price. Let's not wait until 2023 till this comes out. Then you're just teasing me, so we can start pre-order.
Yeah, right.
That's
Exactly.
the thing.
Exactly.
They lately, and I hate to say it, and I've said this before, Sony's been getting a little bit too big on their, for their own britches, because they've been getting too casual with pricing up on games now. Where they were saying, "Oh, we were never going to do this. We're never," and they're breaking promises that they're not keeping now. And I just hate being strung along. Stop giving me crumbs and give me an appetizer or at least the first course of the meal.
Facts.
I'm sick and tired of PlayStation trying to, because they know right now, oh, we're top dog and all, and Xbox is slowly sliding up and catching up to them and kind of put them in check. So they better get themselves together, because people are like, you know what? Like that whole doggone tier with the whole, PlayStation Now and PlayStation
The premium and all that too. I'm not buying that crap, dude.
And I'm sorry. It's just like, look, if it's not broke, I understand they're trying to compete a little bit and everything else, but you're making it more difficult for the consumer. Xbox is self-explanatory. It's like, look, get a Game Pass.
Is easy.
All hell Game Pass. That's all I can say. All hell Game Pass, man.
Right. And I'm telling you right now, Xbox is slow. Remember how years ago when I used to dog out Xbox?
And I told you, yeah.
Yep. And now I'm like, look, I'm becoming a true believer. Like, I've been migrating more to Xbox. Like I said again.
Yeah, dude. Smoke. I told you. I told it was like early season. Like I think like season 2 of like PTC and all that too, right? And I don't know, we was all like, PS fanboys and all too. But I told y'all, I was like, slowly but surely, Xbox is like going to creep back up, man. We're season 4? Season 4 right now, dude? Or season 5? I forgot what season we are.
They make it easy.
Dude, they are doing their thing.
It's insane.
Even when you're getting the Xbox, even getting the system was easy.
Yeah, right.
Getting the Xbox, and look, and I've talked about this before, we all know this. When I got the game, boom. Now, don't get me wrong. PlayStation's got some mad games that are going to be coming out.
Exclusives, they still win.
The exclusives. But even then, they gotten too like big on themselves. It's like, oh, well, yeah. Like God of War. We all been waiting for God of War to come out, the new Ragnarok to come out. And yet, we know, okay, they saying it's coming out in 2022. Doggone well, they're going to push this game back to 2023 and everything else and yet, every time when they have PlayStation Now, you have all these theories, and I'm sick and tired of the theories. Give me something. If you're not going to be honest, stop trying to string the consumer along. I'm just sick and tired of PlayStation playing with the consumer.
Yeah.
And then every time when their back is against the wall, that's when we're thinking about the customer. We're going to do this, and you're looking at them like, giving them the side eye, like, really? Now they're saying, we're going to shut down PlayStation 4 in 2025. Really? Where we're, they're trying to get everyone now.
They're pushing.
We're scaring you guys now. You got to get your PlayStation 5, or otherwise your PlayStation 4 is going to be null and void. What's the point of all of it?
Exactly.
You're going to already exit out. So, again, Sony better start coming back to realization that consumers are smart. They try to play everyone like they're stupid. When they promise the whole Uncharted and all these games that, we're never going to charge everyone extra for games crossing back over to platform. What happened? $10.99, $9.99 if you want to get the PlayStation 5. And I'm like, they did that with Ghost of Tsushima, and I was like, okay, you know what? Because you guys already got me in. But now they're doing a price hike. Now they're slowly trying to be sneaky about. It's bad enough, gas prices are. Now they're trying to do it with $80 for a game, for a brand new game that in 4 or 3 months is going to be reduced down to 20% to 30% off.
So about the Sony State of Play, I really liked Callisto Protocol and Street Fighter 6. I thought they were really good. Those games look good. I don't know about the open world aspect of Street Fighter 6. That seems a little odd.
Hold on. So yeah, but
sorry, that is what we're talking about, right?
I did forget what we were talking about. I will be
I'm
honest.
just trying to.
no, it's
I agree with your saying,
This is
Smoke,
my
but
rant.
I was
I
like,
had to
wait a
get
minute,
that
what
off
we
my
doing
I
again?
feel you with that. Nah, but this is
Smoke,
the
you're
thing.
right. It was just like, what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel you with that,
right.
man. But I feel it's and so listen, Sony got us by the balls. But anyway, but the real fact that they still got us by the balls. But the real fact of the matter is that with Sony State of Play, and I know we was all hoping for hardware for the VR, right? And they obviously instead they did a few games that are going to be VR ready. For sure. I'm just going to read down a list. Of course, Resident Evil 4. If you haven't played Resident Evil 4 yet, man, I mean, you want to get the VR for it? Who cares? Resident Evil Village? What's that?
I've never played a
right,
single
Mark?
Resident Evil.
No, I watch people play it, man. But it's like, why wouldn't get the VR for it, dude? You know what I mean? Like Resident Evil Village VR. I want to see Lady D in VR. Oh, dude, we can talk about
We
that.
know you do. That's the problem.
Hey, that's what we do. Listen, man. Hey, I'm telling you right now, man. To see Lady D up close in VR, I'll take that, man. Walking Dead Retribution, which is actually pretty cool, man. I kind of like that. Walking Dead Retribution in VR. That's gonna be interesting. No Man's Sky, which they lost me in day one. I cannot stand Nick so much, man. I can't. Only Nick, dude. Only Nick, dog. Only Nick, man. That's why I hate this man right here, cuz seriously, that's why I hate him so much, man. Nah. Anyway, you freaking Italian.
Yeah.
Nah, but so No Man's Sky, they lost me in day one. So I don't think No Man's Sky is gonna be really that feasible, man, playing in VR, man, because it's already, to me, it's already a horrible game. I know that a lot of updates it's looking good. To me, Civ, I know, to me, it's still a horrible game to play. It's still a horrible game to play, man. They lost me day one. Once you lose your customers day one, I don't care.
Dude, they lost everyone day one. The fact that they got people back on like day what, like 85.
They got like a little small tip. I mean, but listen, if you those that want No Man's Sky,
Mark,
VR.
Look, it wasn't a day one. It was a day two, and those day two people are very happy.
Dude, pretty much, man. No, but the one thing I want to actually focus on that's VR, that's coming out in VR, which is pretty cool, is the new Horizon game, man. Horizon Call of the Mountain, which is actually pretty dope. I don't know if y'all seen this, man. This is actually pretty cool, man. Like, seriously, you get to play, I'm assuming, Aloy, and then basically it's just, like it's you can only see the hands and all that too. But just going around that whole Horizon environment, man, which, I mean, for all of us, man, we're Horizon, fans anyway. But it's just actually pretty cool. I don't know what y'all think about this, man, to, go out, shooting robot animals in VR. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is dope, man. Like, do you think this is free? Like, this is worth it? Like, seriously, this is pretty cool, man.
I don't know.
I don't know
So
about
I see the hardware.
hands.
I'm like,
I think they can make actual arms to go.
Yeah, I feel you.
That looks so weird to me whenever there's VR games that just have hands.
Just have hands, yeah.
You couldn't paint a whole arm in there. That's like kind of disconcerting.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if they were able to do it with Resident Evil, and you got to see the arms and everything, I'm not too fond of, and I have like Oculus Quest and all that stuff, and I'm not big on games like that do that, like what you see on the display right here with the hands, magic hands as I call it.
Magic hands.
I personally rather see like Civ said, the arms and all. Like, that was the thing I loved about Resident Evil, because when I played it on VR, that's what made me buy the VR, because when I got a chance to play it, it was like I'm looking at my arms and I'm looking and I'm like, whoa, I'm in the world. Here it just doesn't really do it really just, and it's supposed to be high with Horizon. You would think with top-notch graphics that they have, they would have done, instead of magic hands, they would have done the actual where you can look at yourself and you're like, wow.
Right.
I'm actually one of the villagers or whatever character, Yeah.
My thing is like I'm indifferent about the magic hand things. I know it's probably more difficult for like the character model to get all noodly armed and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at this and I'm like, for the VR games that I have played, like, Beat Saber, like Vader Immortal, stuff like that, I'm just like, the bow and arrow and stuff, I don't know, it looked difficult to aim. Did they say if this was like a full-on open world game, or is it kind of like you just like go throughout different set pieces, like kind of like
no detail as of
Darth
yet.
Vader
Yeah.
game.
No detail as of
They
yet.
didn't
Right.
It has elements that almost look a little bit more like a rail shooter kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what a lot of these games end up being.
Right.
Like the Darth Vader game's the same thing, or what's the robot smasher one? You know, you pull the guns from and you shoot the robots, or whatever, stuff like that. I don't see it being like a full on like. I don't think people are expecting like, oh, this is Horizon in VR and it's the same game. I think it's gonna be something different, maybe a little bait and switch, but like. I'm still in the camp of like I appreciate VR for those games like Beat Saber and like fun stuff like that. But like when it comes to like getting the same out of a full just regular video game experience, things are still hit or miss for me.
I
of like
want to say this,
there's not that full immersion that you get. It's more of a disconnect with the type of hardware that you have in the end.
Well, to me, the only full immersion that I feel that lived up to the hype was the Resident Evil game, because of the fact that, and I'm talking about
7.
I'm talking about how it felt like you were there in the house, like from the sound.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm looking at myself in the game, and I just felt very immersed. It was surreal. Like the house, my basement was dark. And I don't know, Mark, I had you over to the house.
Yeah, you did. Yep.
And it felt like
Yo,
you were
we should do that again.
Dude, I was like, man, I cannot, dog.
like the only other game that I played that comes close was the Squadron game for Star Wars.
Star Wars,
and so, you know, and I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty cool because I'm looking on my thing and I'm like, oh crap, I'm in the ship, and I'm looking at my arm, I'm like, oh, this is pretty dope. Now, like Beat Saber, like Nick, like you brought up, Beat Saber, it is what it is. It's a great, it's a great game. I that part I can understand with the magic hands. Again, I've said this before. It has its pros and its cons. More, it has the chance to. It just needs to be polished.
Right.
The best way to say it, VR now, where we're at now, we should be able to walk in and be able to, hey, what's going on, y'all? You're like, hey, whoa, it's supposed to be like that. I mean,
yeah, but you just touched on the big reason why it's hard. Moving around a 3D environment in VR is still not perfected. It's very hard because there's no way yet that anybody has been able to integrate the sensation of bipedal movement yet, with your feet. It's hard because like that's an aspect that is not easily capturable when you're in a space and you just have to stand there. You can't really walk in the traditional sense. So that's the big hurdle, is like the strafing and the moving forward, backward.
Right.
I
Things like
mean,
that.
That's
That's what's hard.
Right. Now I've seen they've had this, and it kind of died down after a while, but they had this thing where you had this mobile,
treadmill thing.
Yeah, that treadmill thing.
Like the 360 one.
Right, and you get to move around and stuff.
Like Ready Player One, yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. We'll get Ready
dope.
Player One someday. We just don't have it yet.
Yeah,
There have been places that have had concepts for, like miniature rigs where you stand in place and you wear like special kind of socks and you slide on a mat and it detects your foot movement.
Right.
It's very expensive to do. I mean, already the price of VR is somewhat prohibitive for people. Not everybody can afford to do that. And when you throw in some kind of apparatus, like I have something now that works with certain games that you can move on. It's just it's like a semicircle thing, almost like a little, you can do like footsteps on that. It's kind of rudimentary. It works pretty well, but it doesn't work on every single game.
Okay.
But something like that is at least a start. But we're not quite there yet. We're not to the point where like, that sort of movement, your character movement is easily translatable. So that's why like flying games, driving games, space games, things like that works really well in VR. But games like Doom, for example, like going through where you have to move very quickly through a 3D environment, you're walking or running, that's hard to do in a VR game. It's very, very hard.
I mean, again, and I go back to Resident Evil 7, it had the best control because you were able to, the way they configured the controller to move around, to be able to do what you do, and still have the headpiece as your head. You're basically your headpiece is your head, your controller is your body, and so basically that being alone. And then again, they gave you the I think it was, I don't know who it was, you Civ or it was Nuts, that I told that like you can breathe and you like, and you can see your breath, and it was so. That's cool. So like crazy. I
Yeah.
was
But
like,
Resident Evil is definitely a slower pace, like especially that one. It's definitely a
Yeah.
much more slower paced game.
yeah.
So it
Very
works, and it
atmospheric.
shows that this system will work in certain regards. It's just like when I see stuff like they show off like the Horizon one, where it's a huge
Yeah.
world, and the base game is so like fast paced. Like I don't think like a VR like Uncharted would work that well or anything like that. Like that's the thing. Like there are these good games out there where it works and everything magically comes together. Like
you think
the examples that
Cyberpunk would have
Civ
been a
gave.
good example?
Cyberpunk wasn't good on any level,
No,
so I don't know.
no, I'm saying if they lived up to their promise in doing it right, you think it would have been good on VR?
I'm not sure because there are moments where that does pick up. In the moments where you're like driving around and all that and
Right.
like walking around talking to people, it definitely would, but you would have to see how it plays. I mean, even with the Resident Evil game, how good that is, like there are moments where it picks up and there's boss battles and you're fighting
Right.
and it still somehow works, I remember, for the most part. But like, you know, it's hit or miss. It's a learning curve. Hey, 10 years from now, we'll probably all be like, VR's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Oh, for
And
sure.
it works perfectly.
For sure.
And then 10 years after that, we'll be injecting games into our brain and we'll be in the Matrix. It'll be a whole
that'd
thing.
be
God, dude, shoot.
Yeah.
Facts.
I'm like,
It's
out,
just
y'all.
the learning curve. That's
Yeah,
what the whole,
yeah, you're
that's
right.
what the fun of it is. We see what works, we see what doesn't. We learn and get better, and hopefully the companies don't get all like shady on
Yeah,
us,
that's
you know?
true. That's true.
So anyway, the Sony thing we were talking about.
so you know, they, like I said, they continued on with like that was only the 5 VR games that they showcased for the Sony State of Play, which was like a little bit disappointing. I wish they kept on going with a lot more VR titles and all that, but that's fine. They started off. Then they start off with the regular games like Spider-Man Remastered for the PC, which if you haven't played Spider-Man yet, there's the opportunity now.
Like, come on.
You know, to play that. Stray, of course, that cat game that Nick was talking about, July 19th. I can't wait. The Callisto Protocol. Civ, man, how you feel about that game? I know you was freaking talking about that game for a long time. Man,
I mean, it's got a very strong Dead Space vibe. I mean,
I thought it was Dead Space.
Yeah.
It's almost so close to Dead Space atmospherically and thematically that it's almost indistinguishable. Like it could be a sequel.
Yeah, I thought it was like a prequel.
I thought it was a prequel.
That's what I thought
yeah.
was a prequel, man. When I did this, when I did the reaction show on my Twitch channel, I was like, "This is a prequel. This is a prequel,
Yeah,
cuz."
it really looks cool. I can't wait for it. I mean, that's to me a game like this is like a day one buy. I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah.
it really,
Oh,
really
yeah.
It's a day one for me.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the gameplay, I was like, I'm
Yeah.
totally like.
The
Look,
graphics
first
are amazing too.
Yeah, the first trailer sold me, and I was like, I still say that was Keith David in that first trailer, but like,
Duh.
I love this. I love this second trailer. The second trailer was just
Look at
surreal.
the sweat on that guy.
I guess the big
Yeah.
question is, do you feel that is going to come out on December 2nd, or do you think it's going to be pushed back to January?
I think they're going to get it in time for the holiday.
Yeah.
I think because here's my theory as to why. I think there are two major contributing factors why I think this is going to be out on time. Number one, this game was originally showcased or announced, not even showcased, but in 2020. And this studio isn't particularly working on a ton of other projects right now. I think they've been working a lot on this, and we've only seen, like I said, last time we've seen anything from this game was like 2.5 years ago. So, like, they've been hard at work. I think that this game is farther along than we're even led to believe at this point. And the other contributing factor why I think this is going to be out on time is because there's such a hype behind Dead Space Remake at this point, and this game is such a spiritual offshoot or successor or inspiration thereof. I mean, this is the team basically that did your Dead Space games.
Right.
And yeah, I strongly feel like they're going to push to, get on that hype train a little bit and get some of that momentum and put out this product. So yeah, I think we're still going to get it on time. And remember, this was supposed to, originally, it was rumored to be part of the PUBG universe, and they pulled that back recently.
Oh, yeah.
I heard that originally. I'm like, nothing against PUBG, but why and where and
Yeah.
how? Why and why and why? Like, it
Well,
doesn't
because
make sense. Like,
Apex
there's
is in the Titanfall universe, and people care about that
Yeah.
stuff. for
Yeah,
whatever
Jesus
reason.
Christ.
I don't know. Like, I don't think it really needs to be necessary. It can be its own thing. And I think that they kind of looked at it and they're like, yeah, why do we need to leverage it from something completely different? It doesn't-
Right.
Yeah, they 100% different. Like that's the main thing. At least with Apex and Titanfall, it's vaguely like
Yeah.
sci-fi for both. But with
Yeah, I'm
PUBG, it's
serious.
just a bunch of dudes.
I'm stoked for it. I know that Best Buy as of today, is taking pre-orders for this game.
There you go.
So
there
they
you
have
go.
a SKU for it.
Amazon has Amazon yet?
I don't know.
Oh, check it. Yeah. Right, check
You
it.
heard
out.
it here first. Best Buy, and we don't know.
But it comes out December, mid-December, man. So definitely.
Yeah. No, December 2nd, I think it is, right?
I think he said
December
December 2nd.
2nd.
Yeah, December 2nd.
Yeah,
Yep.
December 2nd.
Mhm.
12, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
There you go, man. So that's another holiday treat for you guys as well too. Of course, to continue on with Rollerdrome, where Rollerdrome is like a Tony Hawk with guns. Is pretty interesting too. It comes out August 16th. Then you have Etern Nights, man. It's like a little anime, almost look like Shin Megami Tensei. If y'all familiar with the Shin Megami Tensei series.
Yeah, that ghost hand.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, but that's 2023. I don't have to worry about that. Street Fighter 6. Yo, what do you think about that trailer for Street Fighter 6, man?
You guys can go around on this one. I'll say.
Yeah.
Oh my
Street Fighter,
God.
I was gonna say.
Oh
If
my
if
God.
Bison not in it, I don't care for it.
Yeah, here's the thing, and I want to, because I'm looking at the character like remodel and remakes and all that too. I don't see
Redesigns,
I don't see the redesigns. I don't see Sagat. I don't see M Bison. I don't see. Are they going
We're
to
not
be?
gonna show it all.
No,
in
the
first
only
trailer.
characters that made it to this one from the originals were the original 8 characters from Street Fighter 2.
Okay.
Everybody else, there are a couple exceptions to that, but for the most part, those are the only like legacy characters that made it.
Right.
So,
And you got these new people like Luke and John. Like I'll get beat up by Luke and John at work. I don't feel like getting beat up in the game by
Luke and John. That's like half the New Testament.
Yeah, I'll be like,
Yeah,
seriously,
like-
dude. You know what I mean? Matthew, Mark, and I'm freaking out. I don't feel like it, dude. It could
Well,
be-
they already. But let's rewind here a little bit because you said something. You said about the characters that are going to make it to this game. The reason why we know the characters that are going to be in this game is because there has been a leak, apparently, of the confirmed roster of 22 characters,
Mhm.
and a lot of new characters. And to be fair, the new character designs look really, really cool. But yeah, I don't understand. All the Shadowloo characters, they're out. So my guy Sagat once again is not invited to the fight.
Mm.
What was the last
and
time
it
he was
bothers
in
me.
one?
It bothers me because
The last Street Fighter.
Oh, he
yeah,
was in 5.
technically, Sagat and Ken and Ryu were like the primary main legacy characters from the original Street Fighter. I'm talking Street Fighter 1, because Sagat was the end boss.
Right.
All the other characters they brought back over time. So they brought back, Birdie, and they brought back Adon, and like later, way down the road. But Sagat was always one of the core characters, and it bothers me that he got relegated to a background character. And after a lot of backlash, he finally was added to Street Fighter 5 as a DLC character, which is bullshit. I'm sorry, but that is completely stupid. Nobody wants to. Oh my God! So you have Ken and Ryu, the palette swap twins, but you don't have the king of Muay Thai. That is damn disrespectful, and I will not stand for it.
Listen,
I'll
Cap, you
say
hearing this? You hearing Civic?
That just bothers me, man. Like what they. I don't know. You know what I always wanted Capcom to do, and they're clearly never going to do it now. I was always hoping they would go back to the Alpha series and make another Alpha game with all the newer characters. So like your Street Fighter 4 and 5 characters in the Alpha series format, 2D, sprite anime looking, over the top kind of, I thought that would have been really cool. But now they're going to this whole thing, and I'm going to try to give this a chance, but I'm telling you, I don't think no Street Fighter fans that I know of were looking for this. I'm sorry, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I said earlier, I don't judge things by trailers. Like it whets my appetite, or it gets me kind of in the mindset. But it's not a make or break for me. I'll give anything a chance. I will absolutely be buying this game. Okay, seriously. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, but this whole like RPG open world aspect thing running around, I don't understand. Like again, I don't like this conversion from what is traditionally a solid 2D paradigm to this open world MMO kind of 3D. I don't. What are we doing here?
It's interesting because I think they should have done more of like what Nintendo did with like Smash Ultimate. Like at this point, it's such a well-beloved franchise, and all these characters are so known that like if you don't by default put all the entire roster there, it's almost like an insult. Like what Smash Ultimate did is amazing. The fact that they're like, we're bringing every character back, and then every DLC character is someone new. That's what all these games should be at this point. Every
Here's
Mortal
another example
Kombat.
for you. Let's look at. Okay, thank you. Okay, I was going to say Mortal Kombat and Tekken. Those are series that always, whenever they never like relegate crappy characters to the background. They keep, unless they're just completely ridiculous. Like nobody's begging for Meat to be in like Mortal Kombat 12, right? We don't need characters like that or mocap or whatever. But they're core characters that people like. They don't abandon them. They keep, bring them back. That's
Put
cool.
Ash in Mortal Kombat.
Well,
I
but
just don't understand. Like, why would you not have M. Bison is a titular character at this point? It's been every single one except for the first game. Why would you abandon that? And you know what? This is a rhetorical conversation anyway. It's all nonsense because you know that they're going to be in the game later. They're just going to DLC the hell out of it. They're going to be like, you want more money? You know what they're going to do? They're going to do the Shadowloo package, and you're going to get
you go.
4 Shadowloo characters, or 5 if you count Fang, or what's her name? Freaking Jury or whatever.
Jury,
Shadowloo. Yeah, or they're gonna do like the ultimate boss guy. They're gonna do like one with Seth and Gil
for $39.99. You can get them all. $39.99 plus tax.
Buy the game again for Ultimate Street Fighter 6 revamp or whatever.
There you go. There you go.
I know.
Game of the Year edition.
What is it with these? Why is it that these?
Because that happens.
He's going.
Listen, here's the conversation we're going to have at Too Many Games. You ready for this? Because this is what we're going to do. I want to talk about Polyphony Digital. I want to talk about Capcom. I want to talk about Square Enix and why they are DLCing the hell out of their games to the point where it's flagrant annoyance. Like the NFT thing, that's bad enough. The blockchain stuff, but we're still on this topic of like nickel and diming people to death who buy a game because they're loyal to it.
Because we're going to fall for it,
and you throw it right back in our face. Now I'm so sick.
We're going to fall for it every time. Like I said, they got us by the nuts, dude. We're going to fall for it every time. We're going to pay $24.99 for the pack because we want it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to shut up too, because that's what we do. That's what we do as gamers, man. We're going to pay for this, man, because it's like I gotta have M. Bison, I gotta have Sagat, I gotta have Vega.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Why is it that they Capcom lied to us several times?
Capcom been lied to us since the birth of Capcom. They've been lying to us.
No, stop it. Now you're not being fair.
That's
not really right. Come on. But I'm saying, look, when they said about Street Fighter 4, I'm sorry, 5. I'm losing track. 5.
They're all the same.
Everything will be unlocked. No, they're not.
I know.
Everything can be unlocked, just by playing the game through the merit of your own playing and repeating and achieving things. You can unlock everything via skill, the way that video games were supposed to be played. And I thought, hey, that's cool. And then they said, well, you can also unlock it early if you want to pay for it. And I'm like, okay, that's fine too. All you noobs out there, if that's all you got is money, throw money at a game to unlock stuff. I don't care how you do it. Just make it, so we're able to do it via skill. Well, they pulled back on that latter part. They're like, no, you got to buy it. I'm like, you guys, unbelievable. Yeah. And that's one thing I do agree. Michael Pachter, my nemesis.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. He was the one guy who did say originally, he's like, there is something flagrantly wrong with buying a disc that has everything on it and not being able to play it until you unlock it by paying more money. That is highway robbery, dude.
Say it off your chest, man. Say it off your chest, dude.
That is so pathetic. Anyway,
somebody clip this. This is going on the main page.
I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy they're making another Street Fighter. I'm happy that they moved away from that stupid design, that clip art design they stole from somebody else.
Yo, I'm gonna take the comment from Twitch, man. Fair. Where's my Power Stone 3? I've been asking for that for years, man. Where's my Power Stone 3 at, man? Come on, seriously, let's bring it out there, man.
That's never coming out.
I know, man. We wish it.
That is a dead franchise, man. Unfortunately, that was a great game too.
Yeah, facts, man. So Street Fighter 6 is coming out 2023, so we gotta wait for that too. For those that didn't play Tunic yet, Tunic comes out September 27th on the PlayStation. You have Season, A Letter to the Future, which is interesting. I thought it was an Annapurna interactive game, but nope, it isn't. And then of course, Sony State of Play ended with Final Fantasy 16, where the main character, I believe, you play as a Ifrit, as a person, personified Ifrit, man. So I think you pretty much go around and fight in the summons as people. It's pretty cool. I like it. You know what? For Final Fantasy fanatics, dude, this is actually pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? If you follow the story, if you know the lore, this is cool. You know what I mean? So Final Fantasy 16.
I was a little troubled that we didn't see Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2 preview. That was kind of I was like,
well, here's the thing, because this is just the Sony State of Play. PlayStation didn't do their showcase yet, you know what I'm saying? So we still got PlayStation Showcase, like probably.
Yeah, but Street Fighter 6 isn't going to be a Sony exclusive. They showed that.
Yeah, it's not going to be Sony exclusive.
I don't even think Callisto Protocol is going to be a Sony exclusive.
We don't know until, like I said, Sony until PlayStation
I'm not
Showcase.
sure about that. I don't know for sure, but I can't imagine Callisto Protocol is going to be an exclusive.
Maybe.
Yeah, they wouldn't have shown it on their showcase.
No,
Right.
They showed Street Fighter 6. That's not going to be an
Well,
exclusive.
see, that's what I'm saying. With the state of play, they're going to show things that have been out on other systems, like Tunic. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then, like Spider-Man, whatever.
Yeah, it's not all about exclusives. They're just showing stuff.
It's whoever pays to show off whatever.
Yeah.
Right. But now
That's all it is. E3 isn't happening, so they're like, crap. What showcase can we get on to show off our product?
Right, but now when the PlayStation Showcase comes out, maybe early July or end of June, whatever they make their date announcement, then we're going to see like all the heavy hitters. And I you know what, Civ?
I hope.
I'm with you. I think that part 2 of Final Fantasy 7, man, is going to be showcased at the PlayStation Showcase, and I'm going to call it, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let that be your call, dude.
It says a lot how we're already talking about other games and not just directly about the ones that were shown off. Because for me personally, at the end of that thing, I was like, I don't know. I remember Civ said this at one point during one show forever ago, being like, gaming time is so precious nowadays, and you don't have time to do as much as you used to.
Right.
I looked at this showcase and I was like, I hate to say it, but unless you're showing me like Spider-Man, like the next one, or like Kingdom Hearts, or like the big things that I actually care about and play,
Right.
I'm gonna be like disappointed, because honestly, I don't have time for half of these things. I know people are gonna play these games. I want them to be successful. I want the industry to keep growing and people to get their visions out there. But at the end of the day, I only have so many hours in a day or a week or a year to play games, and I'm going to allocate it to specific times. And nothing in this showcase really got me crazy hype.
Right.
I beat Spider-Man 3 times already. I'm not going to get it for PC. I'm waiting for 2 to come out. That's just where I'm at in life.
Yeah,
so
I feel you.
there were interesting things shown, and more power to the people who were excited by them. For me personally, I was just kind of like, I don't have the time to waste on any of these at the moment.
Yeah,
That's just the
understandable. That's
reality of it.
understandable. You know what I mean? But
So show me Spider-Man, show me God of War, show me Wolverine, show me all
well,
those
then, like
things.
I said, you got to wait till the
And then
PlayStation
I'll have
Showcase.
time.
Yeah.
You got a new Star Wars game coming out. Are we not going to talk about that?
Oh yeah.
I think did we talk about the
Jedi-
last episode? I believe.
No, Jedi
we
Survivor.
did.
The trailer was at Celebration. No idea what the hell's going on.
Hey,
but I'm
shoot.
gonna play it.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, that's it. They know that was a given. They knew people were gonna.
I hope they
automatically
make Star Killer canon. I think that'd be fun.
mm.
Bring him back and make him the villain of the game or something. I don't know. Put him in a show.
And and as much as I like, Nintendo getting a lot of Star Wars games, I would love for them to do Knights of the Republic 2 reboot.
I wish.
Well,
Yeah,
they're doing KOTOR remake. It's a Sony exclusive. KOTOR 2 just got the port to the Switch, I believe, or just port in
but
general.
I wanted to go to also PlayStation.
I'm sure we'll get a
Xbox, or
KOTOR
even
2
Xbox.
remake. I don't know, years from now, but they're definitely gonna do it. People love those games.
Yeah. That's a good
We can
point.
do a whole episode Star Wars games, and we'll do a whole segment on why Darth Vader's the best video game villain of all time.
That's right. That's right. Don't get it twisted.
Man,
But yo, like
Always
guys,
bet on black.
I hate you, man. But guys, did you hear though, man? Did you hear what Sega's gonna do, man? Sega Japan announces a Mega Drive Mini 2 with 50 games included. I don't know if y'all gonna stack up. I know Civ's gonna get one. I know I'm probably gonna get one, man. I don't know if Smoke. I don't know if you're gonna get one. Listen, Sega has announced the Mega Mini Drive 2, which comes with more than 50 pre-installed Mega Drive and Mega CD games, Sega Genesis, Sega CD in North America. So you're thinking about it right now. It's going to be coming out in Japan in October. I believe in October 27th in Japan. They don't have no release date yet in North America, which I'm waiting on because I'm going to buy a whole stack of them, and we might give them away on PTC. Who knows? We might give them away out in future panels. We'll see what happens, man. But right now it is over 9,980 yen, which is roughly $76 in American. I didn't know that was that cheap, dude. I thought it was freaking. I can't get my conversions as far as yen to American dollars, but $76, man, for dude, that's gonna be insane. So I'm gonna buy at least about 5 of them, and we'll see what happens. but it's going to come out for a
It's
lot.
unnecessary, but all right.
It's unnecessary, but it's necessary for me. I'll tell you that right now, man. That's
I don't think so, but all right.
Listen, you want one too? They could be like, yeah, can I get one? Like, yeah,
They didn't confirm all the titles though, did they?
Right now, every game confirmed for the Sega Mega Drive Mini 2, Silpede Mega CD, Shining Force CD Mega CD, Sonic CD, of course, Mega CD, Mansion of Hidden Souls, Popful Mail, which I heard a lot of praise for
I'm
Popful
gonna
Mail.
stop you right there. I just want to know one thing.
Yeah,
Snatcher.
they didn't say. They didn't say. Not yet. They didn't say.
Sib's going through this episode.
But they got
that game.
shoot. So what else they got? Virtua Racing, Bonanza Brothers, Shining in the Darkness, Thunder Force 4.
Great game. Thunder Force 4.
Thunder 4?
Great.
Yeah, okay.
Great shooter. Yeah.
Hey. Magical Taruruto, okay. And Fantasy
That's
Zone.
Naruto.
The Naruto is a
It's
play on
not
Naruto.
Naruto.
And Fantasy Zone. So yes, it's Super Fantasy Zone, I believe, is also when you port it. But yeah, so that is the confirmed games right now for the Sega Mega Drive Mini 2 coming out in October 27th. So yeah, what a great time for emulation, man. And Sid, we were talking about emulation.
They are bringing back some Sega CD games, right?
Yes.
I'm correct in that.
Yes, they are.
So very few of the games you even listed off were Sega CD titles. They were just like the usual.
Yeah, it's CD and Mega Drive and then Mega Drive port pretty much are what is confirmed.
Yeah, it's going to be
point.
Interesting to see. It's funny because you said, about like, are you going to buy this? And probably, yeah. I mean, I don't buy every mini console that comes out because
$76, man. 76.
Some of them are done really well, and some of them are done kind of crappy.
Yeah.
I didn't think that the PS1 mini was anything to write home about. Just the games they picked,
Mm-hmm.
The 50 megahertz frame rates. It just seemed like the PAL frame rate they used on the ROMs they used. But it begs the question though, like at what point does game preservation play a part of our collection and our industry habits and things like this? Because for the longest time, it's like games like this weren't. If you missed that era, you weren't going to find these games unless you went to a used game store, you went on eBay or something and bought the actual cartridge and the hardware and went home and did it.
Right.
But nowadays, ROMs are so, video game ROMs are so readily available and emulators are so easy to use, where it's like, the days of actually owning that original hardware, because a lot of the hardware just dies out over time.
Mm-hmm.
Finding like a TurboGrafx 16 that's in good shape, or finding like a Sega Saturn that still works and its optical drive works well and things like this. They're becoming finite. It's harder and harder to find this stuff. And you go to like a game convention like Too Many Games and you scour around and you see what the prices of working hardware is, and it's almost prohibitive to being a collector anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are a collector, sometimes you want to collect things, but you don't even want to play them because you don't even want to risk damaging them. That's why. In my opinion, that's why I think right now, like all the digital availability of some of these games, particularly like, Smoke brought up before about like, Xbox Live and some of their, classic games being made available digitally and via streaming. And, even the, the virtual store that started like on the Wii and things like that. It's so important to have access to those games. People clamor for that stuff. Just because it's not a new game doesn't mean people don't want to play it. So that's why I think it's kind of cool right now. Like you have a video game museum out there now. You have Retro Mags that collects, the past periodicals having to do with the industry, and you have Sony now that started its own in-house initiative to preserve some of these older games and things like this, because there is this groundswell now that the understanding is that these games are important. They have, an artistic value. They have a historical significance. So it's cool that companies are coming out with mini consoles and things like this and these collections and anthology collections, things like this. But I also think it's cool that like we're not letting these games fade into obscurity. Back in the day, games, they would come and go and the original source code was lost, and you lose a game forever when you do that. You can't remaster it, you can't disperse it anymore, and it's just lost to history. So that's why I think it's so important now. But who here, like I just want to show of hands, who here does not own an emulation system of some sort?
I'm about to say, are we going to like expose ourselves for emulations, or?
Well, you can expose yourself later, but I just want to now.
I'm like, listen, I don't know who's watching, but a lot of us, or maybe none of us, may have owned the emulation, put it that way, obviously.
There's nothing bad about it. There's nothing illegal about it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Nintendo
People get a little crazy about they think that you're gonna get shut down. The cops are gonna come listen. I mean,
they don't want you to be able to play these games. They want you to have to pay them so they can play these games.
Well, then see, therein enters my gripe about companies like Nintendo that will pull those games out of their library. Where, I don't know why it's money out of their pocket, but then Nintendo's they're the first company to say we're going to pull this stuff offline. We don't want you to buy these old games anymore. Meanwhile, on the other hand, they're the first ones to strike down people online who share ROMs for older games.
Oh yeah.
So or even just gameplay.
You could solve your own problem and profit from it simultaneously. The solution would be simply to make the games available.
Yeah.
Nintendo weird. They're like, you can't buy our game, and you also can't watch other people play our game.
Nintendo, I almost feel like it's getting to the point. I get it. I've always said I understand protecting your IPs. I do understand it. I think they're a little heavy-handed with it sometimes. It's okay. It's their business practice. It's their business. But I do respect companies like Sega, like Sony. Capcom's really good about it. Konami's good about it. These companies that preserve their older games, where they will make it available. They'll re-release something, on a compilation disc, or they'll make something available digitally, or throw us a bone. Like a lot of us, I know we always talk about new games on this show, but a lot of times, like you'll ask me what games I'm playing last time. I was playing a Game Boy Advance game. I'm like, people are still out there doing this kind of stuff. So, preservation, emulation. This curation,
demonstration,
things like this. Yeah, it's
aggravation, mutilation.
This feels like the beginning. Wasn't this like the intro to an NXS song?
Yeah.
I'm having a flashback here.
No. Oh man, but Oh man,
but yeah. So anyway, anybody else can chime in on that if you'd like. That wasn't like exactly supposed to be like.
Nah, but yeah, you're right though. It's and for me, like I said, I'm all for emulation as well too. And I'm for real. First of all, rest in peace to I think it was Ron Paradise, man. I think the person that
Emu Paradise. Oh, and yeah, that was one of them. But Emu Paradise was the one.
Yeah,
really big one that.
Yeah, rip on Emu Paradise when Nintendo yeah, they nuked that. I think the guy still's paying off that freaking 15 million or whatever, a billion. I forgot what Nintendo hit him hard with, man. Which is like you got to do everything's under the
sell a couple kidneys.
But here's the difference. This part needs to be clarified. Sharing ROMs is okay. You just can't sell them.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Selling them as your own property is illegal.
Yeah.
But if you want to discreetly, not distribute them in mass, but Mark, I give you something that has a couple games on there. I say,
hypothetically speaking,
I'm just sharing something with you that I already own.
Right.
Look, I'm not a lawyer, but nobody's going to send a SWAT team to your house over something like that. Now, if I say, oh man, I have 100,000 ROMs online and I'm selling this package, this hard drive for, $500. Okay, you're going to get into some trouble.
Right.
Because every single publisher is going to be like, this dude's selling our games.
Right. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
legal.
true.
You're not. It's called piracy. I don't advocate that.
Yeah.
So there's a difference. There's some ways to do it, some ways not to do it. Preservation of games is when you have these online libraries like the Internet Archive. If you guys go to internetarchive.org, I think it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They have all the old ROMs for arcade games. You could never buy them. You can play them in an arcade, but you can go online, play them for free. You're not downloading anything. But it's kind of I don't want to say it's open source at this point, but it's you're allowed to play this stuff. It's out there. It's nobody's gonna go to your house and say, you owe me $20 worth of quarters playing that arcade game online. Nah, man, it's it's cool. People understand at this point.
Yeah, you're right. I still got to get the same emulator that Smoke got, man. The one that's that arcade that has a whole bunch of.
He doesn't have. He doesn't.
That he does. Right. That he doesn't.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just bopping my head along.
Yo, nah,
that's just where we're at in the world. It's not even just that for video games. It's the same for movies. I have a bunch of DVD. You can't see it because of the background, but a bunch of DVDs here. I'm looking oh, I got Iron Man 1. I got all the Star Wars. It's I haven't touched any of these DVDs in years because it's all on Disney Plus or whatever it is. But this is no joke today. I found some DVDs that a friend may or may not have burned for me for a couple shows, and I'm like, I don't need these anymore because I now have the streaming services that they're on.
Right.
So
God forbid, if the streaming service goes down or the satellite goes down for the streaming service, guess what?
And you're out of luck. Yeah. It's just like,
for me, man. I'm always gonna collect physical media because of the fact that I'm a big proprietor on. Doesn't matter if it's Blu-ray, DVD, 4K. To me, physical media is physical media.
Right.
The only thing that, and I still have VHS tapes I'm trying to convert onto disc, from interviews, from wrestling, from stuff I've done on TV, or other stuff that you can't find anywhere that's only on VHS. I believe in the idea of physical media. They're trying to wean it out, but there are a lot of people out there that are making a lot of money selling physical media. Even for Blu-ray, like I have access where I can get Blu-ray copies of current shows that's on right now that I don't have to, if it never comes out on Blu-ray, that's fine. I already got a Blu-ray copy of it, and it's quality, like top-notch quality.
Right.
We mean he doesn't.
Guess what? Guess what? And I'm loving every minute of it. With that being said, again, it's dependent. Like, again, I come from a different generation where physical media was always the thing. For Nick is a little bit younger generation, the newer generation, so they don't need it as much as, say, I do, because I keep it as an archive. So I got classic cartoons, classic stuff that you would never see again on TV or on streaming. So why not have it?
Yeah. Facts. That's
and it's the same with video games.
I agree 100%. I agree 100% with Smoke, and I'll even take it a step further. If I have a chance to own it both ways, whether it's digital and or physical, I'm going to do both. I'm going to try at least. If I don't have endless amounts of money where I can just do that, but if the opportunity arises, especially with like classic games and things like that, like, look, classic games are great so long as the hardware exists to play them. And that's where you might not be able to find. There's going to be a point where you're not going to be able to find like an original Nintendo, for example. Now, I know like Hyperkin, they make, Retron units and things.
Right.
But it's not, purists are always going to give you a hard time. They're going to like, that's not original hardware. Well, it's not, but what do you want to do? Do you want to just let this stuff like fade off into existing? You have to do your part.
Exactly.
That's almost like saying, well, like, you have a really nice vinyl piece. Like you have, the original, rendition, the original master of, or publishing of, Pink Floyd's The Wall or something. And somebody gives you a hard time because you're playing it on a super modern, record player or something. Be like, well, yeah, what are you going to do? I mean, times change and stuff breaks. Over time, the best made thing is going to degrade or fail. So, I almost think like, I don't know. If I know that I have a digital copy of something, especially like a cartridge, if I have like discs don't really wear out if you handle them correctly, but cartridges over time, that's, solid state componentry. Things fail, capacitors blow out, circuit boards get damaged, dust accumulates, anything can go wrong because you're running electricity through it. That is more prone to failure over very long use than other things. Like right now, I dare anybody to go in their collection, break out an original gold copy of Legend of Zelda, put it in your Nintendo, and see if it saves your game anymore. I'm going to save you the time. It doesn't.
Yeah.
That battery backup system will not last 35 years. Okay, it's dead. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't mishandle it. It's just it died a natural death. It's very
not a natural death.
It's just, it's over time. You just can't rely on that technology anymore. So I think it's really good. Now, what I don't like, here's where I want everybody's opinion. I want you guys' opinion, and I want people's opinion on the chat.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I really got to ask about this. This is kind of like open up a can of worms, but what does everybody think about like graded games, where almost like comics, where you seal them like WATA, they do like game grading, and they're encased, and you never play them, you never open them, they're sealed in time. What's everybody's opinion on that?
I'm the wrong person to ask that because I'm a collector myself, man, as far as like for graded comics.
No, you're exactly the right kind of person.
Yeah, because it's like I know everybody's like, dude, it's no point, man, it's just a shelf. I mean, yeah, you're supposed to display it and say like this baby is clean. I've seen, and I actually looked at certain. Matter of fact, even going back to like the Gold Zelda, I've seen graded Gold Zelda copies, man, go for it. I forgot what the price was, man.
A lot.
Yeah, and honestly, dude, I mean, if even if you have those types of games, you know what I'm saying, even if it's certain games, like I want to say, I want to go back even to games that's even rare to get now that you'll see that's like the price is hiked up at like conventions and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I swindled. No, that's the wrong word to say. I haggled. This vendor for their copy of Power Stone 2 and Power Stone 2. I
stole from this man.
Nah. So I haggled this guy, this vendor of Power Stone 2. And Power Stone 2 is usually the price is usually around like $200, man. And this dude, granted, he's I guess
granted he's what?
No, I said granted he's like old or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't know like the value of that game, and so he priced it at like $100. And I'm like, he priced it that low. I was like, you know what? Let me go down. Like, yo, dude, I got 40, man. I know you didn't sell that game, cuz. And like, here's a 40. You want? Like, can I get
that for $40?
$40, man. $40. And I looked at the guy. My mind is like, "Ooh, you sucker!" But it's like
$200 game.
Yeah, right.
It's like a $200
right,
game,
but
dude,
yeah,
in any condition.
Right, and any condition, the CD was perfect. And the fact of the matter is I can go to another dealer to get like those CD cases made and all that too with the actual manual and stuff like that. Pop it in, seal it up, man, like perfect, brand new, and then boom, cuz like that, I can sell that for 18, 20 times the amount, cuz like it's insane.
Here's my question. So I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, but yeah, I mean, I do collect like comics and I collect graded comics.
I do too, yeah.
Like for example, this one, it's a Street Fighter 2, it's a 9.8 CGC issue. It's got the cool like gold cover thing with dolls, and this thing is worth some money, right?
Yep.
But it's weird because I won't buy graded games. Because I don't know. I think there's something that still begs to be played.
Well, that's the same thing with like comics. It still begs to be read.
I know. I'm admitting that I'm a hypocrite.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not defending my stance. I'm simply saying why I can't get my head around why it is that I feel that it's okay to do with like collector's cards. That's one thing. Like not baseball cards, but like other cards. Like
Pokemon cards.
No, not
you freaking whippersnapper.
That's a full circle right there.
So I collect cards and I'll collect certain comics, but like with games, I won't. I feel like there's something patently wrong with sealing them and segregating them from the ability to be played. It's wrong. It's
something I just thought of like. So these aren't games, but I recently bought all the Blu-rays for like the original 2 Spider-Man. The Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield ones, and I made sure to get these ones because it's both the digital version and then the physical copy.
There you go.
I will probably never watch unless the world falls apart and all I have is a Blu-ray player. I will probably never use the disc for these, but I have it, and I like knowing that I have it, and then I'll use the digital copies I have on my library and watch it that way. It's kind of the same thing. The more access we have to these games, I don't necessarily think it takes away from the physical value of the product, but it only has value because we all say it does. The only reason why idiots get into NFTs and stuff like that is because they all agree it's worth something, which it really is.
That is something that I will never understand.
It's all perspective.
Yeah,
there are things that I have in my collection where I know that they are one-offs. I literally have the only thing. Quit looking at your non-existent watch there, Nick. But it doesn't make it it
forgive me for making sure my roommate's alive. Goodness gracious.
It's like that. Look, it disappeared.
Wait. Doc, I'm fading.
I can't.
We have to get my parents to kiss the dance.
There's stuff that I have that I know that it's like a one-off, but I wouldn't call it like an NFT simply because it's the only one. I think that's such a cheesy way to like monetize something. Like that feels like cheating to me.
Yeah, that's another discussion.
It just feels stupid.
Seriously,
anyway.
That is a freaking another discussion.
All right.
But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of this episode of Pass Controller. We hope that you enjoyed this episode this month, man. And like I said, if you want more content, we are going to be where we're going to be at, Civ?
Too many. Hold on. Wait. You got. Come on, it's halfway there.
Nope. Too late. Too many games. Too many games. Too Many Games. June 24th to the 26th, 2022 at Great Philadelphia Expo Center, man. Too Many Games. We're going to be there live. We have a panel that Friday night, June 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you mark that down your calendars, man. Do not miss any of the live content. We're going to give away prizes, man. Make sure you get your tickets at toomanygames.com. And where we going, Nick? Quiz. Where we going next?
New Jersey.
You suck, man. East Coast Gaming Expo. It's actually New Jersey Gamer Con, man.
I
but
want to make it difficult
rebranded
Way to give coordinates there, Nick.
East Coast.
We will be in somewhere in New Jersey.
East Coast Gaming Expo is our other live show that we're going to do
for worse.
July 8th through the 10th. And of course, we're going to give you details of when we're going to have our panel at East Coast Gaming Expo. So you can get your tickets at ecgxpo.com. Make sure that you do not miss out any of our live content, man. How about that? Yeah, for sure.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, listen, I love y'all too, man. But listen, that was...
I'd say that, but...
Yeah, whatever, man. Forget. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, before we end the show, of course, we're going to go through some end game credits, man, because we love you all, man. We hope that you share this content with other people.
Lying like that, man. Why you lying?
We love you, Will. We try to love you all. But we're going to share. Please share the stream to all of your friends in the game community so that they won't miss any of this info that we have shared today. Don't forget to follow us at our other social media outlets, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, at PTCGamingShow. Even send us questions at our email address, PTCGamingShow@gmail.com. And more importantly, we have a community that's just for you gamers called PTC Nation. You can search on Facebook, PTC Nation, or scroll down on our main Pass Controller page and click the link PTC Nation right there. Remember, PTC Nation is just for you. You can share your gaming news, gaming memes, questions with us to answer on the next show, gaming polls and videos, share your Twitch channels, your Mixer? What? That didn't exist. YouTube channels, your Facebook gaming channels, your Xbox gamer tags, PSN IDs, Nintendo friend codes, PC Steam names. PTC Nation is all for you to connect with one another so that we can all pass the controller together. I hate you.
Don't forget your Pokemon Go accounts.
And your Pokemon Go accounts, man. And show us any of the freaking graded, Pokemon cards. And I see people putting up graded Charizard cards that they sold. Like, hey, listen. And comic books.
Okay, Logan Paul or whatever.
Hey, seriously, right. That's what. Yeah, I mean, let's Logan. I don't know why he did that, man. No, he bought fake Pokemon cards. Did he bought fake Pokemon cards like that, man? It was some stupid crap.
He bought a case of unopened cards, and one day he was like, "I wonder if that's real." And he opened.
And it was fake.
They were GI Joe cards.
They were old GI Joe cards. Yeah.
Dude, I'm dying over here. Listen, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. We'll see y'all next month. We'll see y'all this month for Too Many Games, man, and hopefully next month for a live episode of PTC show at New Jersey East Coast Gaming Expo, as well as I know, right? You got me freaking twisted.
That was my plan.
And also online show as well too, man, to recap East Coast Gaming Expo and our adventures, man, for sure. Listen, you guys are awesome, man. For Smoke, for Civ, for Nick, what? Nick? Is that your name, Nick? There you go, Nick.
That's the day I've been born. Yeah.
Listen, Intern Nick, for Smoke, for Civ, for Intern Nick.
For Honda Civic.
My name is McNux. This has been PTC Gaming Show. As always, guys, get good.
Peace and hair grease, y'all.
Ass. Out.
This is it's so good. He's never bad.
It's never good.
Yeah, that's the problem.
All right, Jim. I gotta get some stuff down. I got stuff I gotta take care of. Like I said, as soon as I get the banner done, I'll let you all know. I gotta send this stuff tonight. I've already been done early because I gotta try to get my wife on our banner. I will get that later. Great job, Nick. Great job, Sid. Great job.
Okay, man. Good stuff. Yeah, thanks for taking care of that banner, man.
Yeah. Awesome. Like I was telling guys, I'm gonna do this one, do another one with all of us, all 5 of us. For like,
You're the superstar and you